1 minute. 1 minute. Five.
Z92.7 WZBD Radio presents exciting high school wrestling. Brought to you in part by the many community-minded sponsors you'll hear. And now to the gym for the exciting action.
Well, welcome, wrestling fans, to Gainbridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis for the 2026 Boys Wrestling State Finals. Dane Filling with you live here from the best seat in the house, and I am joined by my son August Filling and by the Hall of Famer Rex Brewer.
Dane, weren't we just on the radio?
Just not that long ago.
Yeah, okay.
We are getting excited for the Parade of Champions, which is supposed to take place here at 2:30. We've got Steve Gago back on the board in Bern on the Imaginary Mountain. We've got lots and lots of coverage to bring you. We've got 9 wrestlers from Adams County. We've got 1 from Wells County. We've got 1 special one from Allen County that we're going to follow. And we've got 1 young man from Cowan who's an adopted Zealander this weekend.
And I tell you what, Dane, after the pre-show, and I know that all of those important wrestling fans were out there listening to that pre-show, you get a good feel of just what this state finals means to everybody that's tuned in here today.
And everybody's really, really excited about not only their own local guys, but really about the team race, because there's so many intriguing matchups. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in our pre-match show. And Josh Gaskell will be joining us in a little bit. Lots and lots of coverage to bring you, and it'll be good combinations of all 4 of us throughout the weekend. Right now, though, we're going to play a round of messages, and we'll come back with more pre-match right after this.
Injured in an accident, need representation in civil, criminal, or family law matters? Call DeVos, Baker, Ainsworth, and Razzo for assistance. Our office has experienced trial lawyers who can guide you through the litigation process and provide you with quality legal service at competitive rates. Call 724-2129 to schedule an appointment with one of our attorneys, or visit our website at devoslaw.com for more information.
Looking for unbeatable deals? Head to Kelly Auto Mall of Decatur. With over 70 years of trusted service, we offer Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram all in one location. Enjoy free car washes for life, a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, and limited time offers on our remaining 2024 inventory. Deals this good won't last. Hurry in today.
Most of us take clean water for granted, but the plain truth is cities work hard to keep our waterways and stormwater sewers as clean as possible. In the field and around the neighborhood, you are the city's eyes. What you casually observe can make a difference. So if you see signs of trouble, including odd odors, unnatural water color, or signs of dumping or spills, please notify the city immediately. Be proactive. Choose to make a difference. Get more ideas on the web at decaturin.org.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your independent local choice for physical therapy. There's no referral needed to come see us, and we accept all insurance. With direct access, you can just walk in and request an appointment at any of our 18 convenient locations. Our team of expert therapists are here to help you recover and get you back to doing what you love. Visit us online at indianapt.com to request your appointment.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better. Finding and keeping good employees isn't easy. They want benefits that protect them and their families. Without them, your best people may look elsewhere. The good news, you can offer health, dental, vision, disability, and life coverage together or individually in a way that's simple and flexible. I'm Eric Schvanius at Bixler Insurance, and I can help you find the right plan to attract quality employees, keep them engaged, and give your business a competitive edge. Call me at 260-589-2142. I'll show you how simple it can be to offer meaningful benefits without straining your budget.
Welcome back here to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, and we're joined now by Josh Gaskell as well for our full complement. We've got lots of moving parts today, Rex. I'll be down on the floor here in a little bit to take pictures of some of our opening wrestlers, and don't forget, we're not starting at 106 today. We're starting at 150 pounds.
Every year they flip-flop it back and forth, and this year we start with 150-pounders, and we have a Belmont kid right off the bat along with an Adams Central kid right next to him at the same time.
And, of course, throughout the weekend, we've got lots of good luck wishes to come from local businesses. And, August, that's your job today.
Good luck to all the wrestlers in Zeeland from Adams Memorial Hospital, Decatur Hardware and Rental, Manly Meats, the City of Decatur, and Innovative Concepts Audio Video Network and Security.
Also remember, this broadcast brought to you by Innovative Concepts Audio and Video as they sponsor us with computers that, hey, while you're thinking about it, Dane, remind them you need to get a key, get EE key stuck on your computer.
Hopefully all the guys with E's in their last name. No, well, that takes out the Ferrots, doesn't it? That's no good. And Shorty and E. Not good. Yeah, I got some work to do. It's almost like I spent too much time on my computer, Rex.
Well, you hammered your keyboard to the point where it's
got indentations here.
But they do provide the computers that we use to run our YouTube broadcasts because they take a little bit more technology. And Dane, we talked years ago, what we're going to do. I tell you what, we've come leaps and bounds in the past 3 seasons with the amount of technology we brought to this by adding video this year. And I tell you what, our listeners just, I see them on the street and they thank us. I get people from all over the place that have moved away that still listen to us and watch us, and they really enjoyed the video we were able to bring this year.
Yeah, it's a nice feature just because of the way wrestling works, and obviously we couldn't do it for a football game. We can barely see the field ourselves on most of our football broadcasts, but I guess that's how it goes. So lots and lots of sponsors for this weekend's coverage. Lots of people back home listening and wishing everybody good luck. We'll continue to pay homage to them and give them the respect that they deserve as we get ready for the Walk of Champions coming up here in just a little bit.
If you're thinking of building an addition or remodeling or just starting from scratch and you want to add the beauty of a built-in or freestanding gas fireplace, the folks at IHSAA Fireplace and Patio, 269 East Main Street in Bern, have the expertise and craftsmen to install a gas, coal, or wood fireplace and design staff to help you decide which will serve your needs best. Cozy, warm, fuel-efficient, and mood-setting. Call IHSAA, 589-8536.
Well, if you're anything like me, you've got a list a mile long of outdoor projects that can wait till spring or until you have time. Well, let's be honest, if you're like me, you need a pro because you don't have the time or the equipment to get it done right. That's why I call Jim at the Little Container Company in Bern at 273-7692. Whether it involves dirt, demo, dozing, or digging, he has all the tools and all the toys to do the job affordably and correct the first time. Give Jim a call at 273-7692 or search Little Container Company on Facebook. Trust me, it'll be worth it.
Quality dentistry for people of all ages. That's what you'll find at Decatur Dental Services. This is Dr. Taylor Trevere at Decatur Dental Services. We provide a wide range of dental treatment, including preventative, cosmetic, restorative, and reconstructive dentistry. Located at the corner of 224 East and Pickway Road in Decatur, we offer convenient office hours, Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information about our practice, please find us on Facebook or visit our website at DecaturDentalIN.com.
Krukeberg Auction and Realty has been your trusted partner in the auction process. Buying or selling, they make the steps straightforward and easy, guiding with expertise and commitment. A family-owned local business, not just auctioneers, your neighbors supporting local athletics. Feel confident you're in the right hands. Call Krukeberg Auction and Realty today. Experience the difference with family you can trust.
At Three Rivers Federal Credit Union, we're focused on empowering you to achieve financial wellness by offering the resources and support you need every step of the way. We're equally committed to bettering lives in our region through volunteerism, community funding and partnerships, college scholarships, and more. We give back to the people, places, and ideas that matter most to you. Learn more at threeriversfcu.org. Three Rivers is federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back here to Gainbridge Fieldhouse as we are about to get underway. And Josh, one of my favorite parts about the Parade of Champions is who comes out first.
Yeah, it's always neat. A local school, Adams Central, gets to kick off the parade. And, I don't know, was it a couple years ago, the first one time they didn't have a qualifier? Was it a state tournament? If not, it's been 30 million years in a row. They've had
I think Belmont has missed out just 1 year since you wrestled, right, Rex?
I think so.
Yeah, I think just 1 year. Remember if that was 89 maybe?
Well, we take that back because doesn't the Coaches Association get to walk their team out first?
Some years they have chosen to do so. Other years the Coaches Association president doesn't have anybody. Other years they just go in order. So, but we can see both Brayson and Dylan right there next to Robert. Right now they're listing all of the
that's a Nate Spangle move, naming all the mascots.
That's right.
Nate Spangle and Tony G, the kings of knowing mascots of schools, even that have been defunct now.
And they have taken the photographers downstairs, and looks a little bit like a cattle chute, Rex. I don't know how much room there's going to be over there. Now, from our perspective, just so that we're on the same page here, guys, don't forget that it looks like mat 1, which should be the top 2 bouts in your bracket, will be over to our right. The middle 2 mats are 2 and 3, it looks like, and 4 is over here to our left.
And that will run backwards to your screen on USA Bracketing.
Looks like the Adams Central contingent is sporting a set of airbrush sweatshirts with AC across the front.
Did you understand, Dane, he has separated the mascots into categories. This is speed, power, and transportation of the Flying Jets.
Okay. Jets and Railroaders, probably.
This might be one of the cooler intros I've heard in a while before.
Yeah, it's cool.
We got a new, this is the new guy.
I have an anonymous submission that it was 1990 for the Belmont Braves. I don't know if that was bragging from a member of the class of 88 or 89 but think about that. Since 1990, Belmont's had a state qualifier every single year.
Well,
for a school their size, it's wild.
I had an article I wrote one time that from 1977, for 12 years, Belmont put people under the lights. Not just having state qualifiers, 12 years in a row we had wrestlers under the lights.
I'm going to steal this from our spotter here for a second. Oh, here, I have my own. Once again, we're starting at 150. And we're getting a long introduction here from our PA announcer. Sam Wolpert will be on mat number 1. And Dylan Ogg will be on mat number 2. Now introducing the Parade of Champions. There we go. Adams Central out of the gate first. Rex, 2 young men who have had absolutely fantastic seasons, and Brayson and Dylan.
And Brayson's one of those guys, he's quiet, methodical, just workmanlike attitude, just keeps on winning.
We see some more airbrush sweatshirts coming out of the tunnel, and it gives me goosebumps. The Braves of Belmont. Palacios leads them out, followed by Grady Baker, Gabe Myers, Henry Farrote, Charlie Farrote, Sam Wolpert, Coach Tim Myers, Coach Ben Farrote, Coach Nick Coons, Coach Sean Farrote, and Coach Joe Rubel, all out there. And the coaching staff almost looks like they are in tandem.
Yeah.
Navy-colored pants, white tennis shoes, and the same top. I like it.
Yeah, Tim's repping the gray pants, but he can do that when he's the head coach. He just makes sure all the assistants look like they're from the same team.
Those matching uniforms and slacks almost look like a cricket team there, Dane.
A little bit. They're just missing the helmet.
Dane, I'm trying to find the officials. I was going to read the officials. I can't find
They are
on
on page 2 or 3. They're not listed by number. They're in a paragraph form. It looks a little bit different than it used to.
Looks like Parker Barnes of Bluffton walked out there for his introduction.
Oh, here we are. The officials this year: Jim Bopp, Kurt Crouch, Chris Davis, Kevin Troy, Paul Vertisley, Andy Jacob Abshire, Stephen Aislinger, Lonnie Chambo, Kevin Hulselman, and Josh Howard, along with Jeremy Aker and Brian Fuller. Many of those guys have had several of our matches this year. Very familiar with all of those gentlemen.
Look at that contingent from Crown Point. Delta walks out with 5 guys. Rex, they haven't lost in 2 weeks. 30 bouts in a row they've won in the postseason tournament.
Crown Point couldn't bring the short bus with them. They had to bring the full school bus.
They all got their swag bags you were talking about earlier, Josh.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Their Sports Boosters Club, kind of gives their state qualifiers, some shorts, sweatshirts, sweats, new backpack, maybe some new shoes too. We'll see.
Oh, East Side going with the
robe,
the
boxing robe. I like it.
One contingent from East Side, the number 1 ranked 157, well, number 2 ranked 157 pounder state, Lincoln Carter, after his defeat from the semi-state last week by our adopted young man from Cowan High School, Jackson Bradley. Dane, I know you talked to the Bradley boys quite a bit. How many texts did you have from the Bradley boys this week, off and on, and just miscellaneous stuff? I mean, they talk to you about everything.
Yep, it's a lot of fun, and I know they've got a lot of family here excited about the potential for what Jackson can do, but more than anything, his career is far from over, and he will be involved in the sport for a lot more years, that's for sure. With some more boxing robes.
With the belts. Let's see.
That's Franklin Central there.
Yeah. Now, Coach Tante didn't look like he was sporting anything unusual, but maybe just didn't want to show his cards.
Wait. You spoke too soon.
There we go.
Is that a fur coat? Just ruffled fur. That's just around the top. He stole Barry Humble's hat.
Yeah,
he's got a parka.
Little safari hat.
Why does he got a parka on?
There's no ice, is there?
No. I think the Indy Fuel plays over at Corteva Coliseum now.
See, he's got the bolo tie on.
Fighting Your Daddies are out there now. Coach Poppy. Deacon Dressler of Gibson Southern will be one of our featured wrestlers here coming up, because he takes on Charlie Farrow.
If you gentlemen listen to videos as much as I do, you listen to where Joe had some of those guys mic'd up, and he had Ye Daddy mic'd up in the corner. And last week, Ye Daddy told me, he said, yeah, there was an edited version that Joe sent me that he had to edit something out when I was in the corner. So as Dane starts to bow out to go take on his photography duties, Josh, in the Michigan State Championship, where do they hold that at?
Oh, it's been a Ford Field.
Ford Field, Detroit.
I've seen the last couple of years they've had a problem with the mats moving on the turf. You get an air underneath the turf, and the mats start separating by the semifinals, finals, and they have to find out a new solution to tape them. So,
well, I know during the summertime we have several schools that have rumbles outdoors, and you'll see them put them out on our football fields, and they have a problem with the static electricity collects the rubber tire grind, and then they have to really clean them to get that tire grind back off. But do they have some sort of walk of champions like this, or do
they
you think
do? They do, and It's neat because, you got 4 times as many qualifiers, so it takes a little bit longer with the 4 different classes there. But it's pretty neat when you look out on a football field and you see that many wrestlers that have made it to the state tournament.
So, Gus, as your first time in a broadcast booth, what do you think of this vantage point? What do you think of this part of the state finals?
I mean, I think we have probably the best vantage point here.
Yes, we do. For many years, we were on the rail, and people would walk in front of you. You couldn't see, and you're trying to butt. But since they've rearranged the structure of Gainbridge Fieldhouse, because where those light up, the aisleways going out, those did not used to be here. We sat on the rail, and there was like a media rail there, but they put us up here when this is where the Pacers broadcasters and the Fever broadcasters broadcast from. So this is probably the best vantage point of all. And since they've taken the mats and put them into this cross-shaped format, you're not running from mat 1 to mat 4 and just turning your head and you're not missing anything as much. So I personally, as a broadcaster, I enjoy this format on the floor.
Yeah, I think, if you look at one far side to the other, you could still see stuff out of the corner of your eyes. So you never miss like a big move, whereas the other time you kind of had to strain left to right. Kind of makes it a little bit nicer.
The Leo Lions make their way onto the floor. They have an undefeated heavyweight that we look for big things out of, and Mr. Kuhlman. Little side story, Mr. Kuhlman, I was at a dual meet one time, and he was singing a national anthem right along with them, and I said, "You sing pretty well," and he said, "I sing terrible, but I'm going to sing it loud every time."
Well, he's just a friendly giant, but I would have to tell him as well that he sings pretty good, because I'm not going to tell him he sings bad even if he does.
And he's one of those kids, just as friendly as could be. I don't care what school you're from. You go up and talk to him, and he just gives you full attention. And when he gets on the mat, he is a load. Josh, I know he's pushing every bit of his allotted weight, and he's a solid 287.
I always like this Parade of Champions because it, as you're seeing new guys come out, Tylen Thrine, you get to see some of these guys maybe one time at a tournament, and then you get to see them here again. So it kind of good way to recap the whole season. Seeing some of these guys at Al Smith, seeing some of these teams and having their qualifiers here is just kind of a neat experience.
Good friend of the show, Coach Jimmy Lynn and Samuel Kemple come onto the floor with Tholner and Harris. They're 2 entrants into this event. We will see both of them this afternoon. And when we went to the split sessions the first year during the COVID, they didn't want everybody on at one time, so the teams didn't get a walk as champions. And everybody said, you have to let those teams walk as teams. So the following year they changed around. So now even if you're a lightweight guy, you're not walking in this, you're not missing the chance to walk with your teammates.
Check out that hair on New Prairie. Some of their guys doing the old platinum blonde highlights.
The big time wrestlers.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody gonna tell them it looks bad. I'll tell you that much.
They can back it up, especially their heavyweight. Former DeKalb wrestler has now made his way to New Prairie, along with Staples and Matthew Hoivert. They have 3 solid contenders on their team.
The Bombers of Rensselaer Central.
The Bombers, that's always a cool name, Gus. You like the Bombers?
Yeah. Well, that was another team that we saw at 1A and 2A that was really good in Rensselaer Central. And, I'm not going to say I thought they would have more guys just because of where they come through. It's already tough, but it's good to see one of their guys here because they were really talented at the 1A team state.
They're one of those teams that Dane says have kind of made their way into 1A, and I think they've settled in, and I think they're in for next year as well. There's the South Am Starfires, Dakota Sprunger, followed by Coach Sawyer Miller and our good friend Nathan Wynn.
Looks like everyone's going with the airbrushed crew neck hoodie. Now I'm old school, and this is where it's my fault. And when I coached, I was always struggling with it because for me, when you show up, this is still a business trip. You know, you want to do is. So I like seeing the teams wear their warm-ups that they've worn all year, because it's no different. You're going to step on the same mat. You're going to wrestle the same. But also on the softer side, I like seeing some teams splurge and get their kids shiny pants, shiny jacket, robes, because it's just that hard to get here, and you need to celebrate it.
Well, if you're going to show up for the big dance, you better buy the prom dress.
Yeah.
Making our way down through the Warren Central. We've made our way to the W's. Warren Central also going with the boxing robes, led by Mr. Bowie, who will be a first-round opponent of Henry Ferrotz later on this afternoon. Western being led in by their new coach this year. As longtime coach, Mr. Shepard, stepped down to coach just the girls program. Winnemac Warriors getting out close as the Zionsville, Yorktown, then Zionsville.
And 4 wrestlers representing the Zionsville Eagles.
Couldn't remember what the Zionsville mascot was. It's the Zionsville Eagles. We go A to Z from Adams Central to Zionsville. We have put them all on the floor here. And Josh, I think with this cross formation, it almost looks like there's more space on the floor. That used to be the wrestlers were more packed into there.
Yeah. And it's neat because here they'll take a break and let everyone just congratulate them. You know, we talked about the split session. There's not as many people in here right now. Not yet. You know, some people are holding out to maybe show up for the second session, but it's always neat that everyone in the arena is just going to clap for these wrestlers and congratulate them on making them this far.
So 112 wrestlers will be here in this first session, 224 all together with 14 weight classes, 16 wrestlers, and you make it through tonight's action and you will take hardware home with you tomorrow. And that's last week we had the ticket round, where it determines if you advance to the state finals, and now this week it is win and move on and pick up a medal tomorrow, lose, and then you're part of the crowd watching the entertainment. Just saw Coach Pendowski on the floor, who's been helping with Warren Central a little bit. Eddie was on our show last week. Spent a lot of time up in the region. Now he's helping out at the Warren Central staff.
And there we have, ladies and gentlemen, the coaches.
And I knew when he left Carmel, it wouldn't take too much time for him to join another program, or he's got a good heart for the sport of wrestling.
Yeah, he helped run that CIA down in Indianapolis, and that you just cannot take the wrestling coach out of a guy that's coached for that long. And you guys think he's been a coach for a long time? I refereed his matches when he was just a little guy. So.
Take a moment to recognize the men who ensure this championship is conducted with integrity, fairness, and respect. These officials represent the very best in high school wrestling. They have dedicated countless hours to studying the rules, refining their craft, and serving student athletes across our state. Today, on the grand stage of the IHSAA Boys Wrestling State Finals, their experience, professionalism, and commitment will help determine champions in the right way. Our officials, as selected by the IHSAA, are James Bob, Kurt Crouch, Chris Davis, Kevin Troy, Paul Veteracy, Andy Abshire, Stephen Anslinger, Lonnie Chamberlain, Kevin Hulsman, Joshua Howard, Jeremy Aker, and Brian Fuller. Please join me in thanking our state finals officials for their service.
Give that round of applause now, because in about 30 seconds, they're not going to make some people happy. That's the problem with refereeing, Gus. Every call, you make half the fans happy and half the fans mad. We do not have the ability to play commercials, so you will listen to this national anthem right along with us.
Today's national anthem will be performed by Denise of Scottsburg High School.
Beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner on the guitar. And Josh, kind of like the Chris Stapleton version that's become very popular. He had in the Super Bowl one year, pretty twangy of this Chris Stapleton version.
Yeah, if that doesn't get you excited to wrestle, I don't know what will. That was pretty neat rendition.
By a high school student locally here.
Yeah.
And with that, those 112 wrestlers start their way off the mats, and we'll get ready to go here as it's wrestling action. Cross mat number 1 at 150 pounds. It's Clinton Shepard, 34-1 junior versus Belmont's Sam Wolpert. He's a senior, 35-12. Dylan Ogg will be up on mat number 2, 44-2 junior from Adams Central, wrestling against Marquel Shelton of Maryville. Mat number 3, it's Thomas Gibbs, the senior from Brownsburg, wrestling against August Gauthier, the sophomore from Hagerstown. Ashton Goney from Cowan will be up against Joseph Pond of Hanover Central, and those are your 4 matches going right now.
And, they didn't do it intentionally, but way to start off the tournament with some heavy hitters. I mean, you're going to have Clinton Shepard and Sam Wolpert, and then Dylan Ogg, Tommy Gibbs, Joseph Pond. I didn't get to see at Al Smith, but really talented freshman.
He is very impressive. We saw him at the Al Smith, and he's one of those guys that Hanover Central seemed like they had a bunch of guys in that Constellation Wrestleback round wrestling for the top 5 places. They were solid, and we saw that. You and I didn't see that at 2A Team State, but Josh Dane saw them come through Team State, and they were a pretty evenly balanced team.
Looks like Coach Tante, Franklin Community, is getting a quick workout in for his guys.
They trying to pick him up or what?
Now, Rex, I didn't get to ask you this. As they're doing the Parade of Champions, I'm guessing they did it when you were an official, correct?
Yes, they did. But when I officiated, we were at Market Square Arena. That floor is a little bit smaller. And like I said, as I wasn't a wrestler, the weekend was kind of a blur. The weekend that I refereed was kind of a blur, too. It just kind of came and it went, and you just kind of go through the motions and hope that you make the right calls for everybody when it comes to the end. But the tournament has not changed a lot when it went from Southport to Market Square Arena, and then to Bankers Life originally, and now it's Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The mat layout is a little bit different. Back at Southport, there was only 3 mats on the floor, and you're in a gym that held about 4,000 people, so it was really packed in there.
Yeah, I do like this new addition to Gainbridge. Is just a little bit more seating, a little bit more spread out. You're not seeing the upper deck used as much, maybe for the state finals on Saturday, but there's been some years where it's shoulder to shoulder. With the added seats, you can kind of stretch out a little bit. Not every row's full. People aren't sitting right beside each other because you can see now with the online ticket, what seats are available. If you want to put a seat or 2 in between you, between the next group, kind of allows for that.
And in the past, when they had the floor with 4 mats in a row, this into the right on your radio dial was pushed back, and all those bleachers were not accessible. So if you look at that section there, that's probably 500 seats right there. It allows those people to get down closer to the action with this new layout. And they were talking that's one of the reasons that they want to do that, to bring those people closer to the floor and get more visibility here. Like I said, the upper sections, we are probably we're in the second section up. As we look across, most of the sections are probably 60 to 70% full, but for the finals tomorrow night, this place will be pretty heavily peppered with both all 14 weight classes instead of just 7 of them right now.
Now, Rex, I'm going to ask you a kind of a hard question as we're watching them clean the mats and finish up here before they wrestle. Sam Wolpert has got a tough opponent in Clinton Shepard. Like we said, Penn State commit as a junior, and he's only got 1 loss on the season, and might be to Bo Bassett, who might be the number 1 recruit in this year. I can't remember entirely who his won losses. I know he did lose to him at Fargo. What do you tell Sam going into a big match like this? Because the guy weighed the same weight, but how do you break it down?
Well, I tell you what, holding back and being tentative is not going to do you any good. Whether you go full out and make no headway, or go full out, get a takedown, get some back points, catch somebody. You know, Sam's one of the guys, we've watched him wrestle for 4 years now. He's funky. He's slick. He can score points from different angles. Sometimes it gets him in trouble, but other times it is a benefit to him, as we've seen him sneak out some matches. And all you can tell him is go out and wrestle hard. That's all you can do.
Yeah. I remember back when A.J. Dahl from South Adams qualified, and he was wrestling a kid from Chesterton, and he said, well, this kid likes to throw. I think he's a better thrower than I am. And I said, look, you got to do what got you to this point. You can't change your style now. You know, do what you're good at, and if it works, it works.
And he hit a headlock on the out of bounds and just about got it.
Just about, but like, so for Sam, you know, you're going to have to do what what you've been doing, and if it works, it works. But it'll be a good match, and you know, like I said at the beginning here, I'm not sure I would have had him on my bingo card to be here, and so it's neat for him to be here. I think he deserves it, and like I said, we're talking earlier. This might be the first year he's actually been healthy the whole year, or relatively for a year. You know, every year it seems to be banged up with a knee brace, shoulder brace. Not this year, and you know, it turned in him being a state qualifier.
And you talk about injuries, Josh. My very first match in state finals, 1978, I was wrestling a guy and I was down 5-3, and I was trying to get a reversal, and the guy's knee got twisted up, and he blew up his knee that had already been injured, and he injury defaulted me in the first round. So injury is always a factor. I mean, Sam Wolpert's wrestling number 1 guy in the state or the country, but he can still get injured. I mean, there's always that. You don't wish that on anyone, but it's a possibility.
Well, I used to roll my eyes when I was in high school because my dad said, you know, the guy puts on his pants the same way you do, one leg at a time, and I was like, yeah, I get that, but you know, some guys are naturally more athletic than I am, so that doesn't necessarily equate. But
well, just remember, everything your father told you at some point in your life, you'll look at it and go, you know, that makes sense now. I don't know if all my kids have made it to that point in life, but you see that little meme where the kids are looking back and they said, you know, everything my dad told me was right. I just didn't like the way he said it.
Yep. Make sure Gus is hearing that one through the headset.
He's got paper and pen taking notes. Hey, what you there? Why don't you do a little work there, brother?
Good luck to all the wrestlers in Zeeland, from Arnold Lumber, The Galley, Fleming Excavating, DeVos, Baker, Ainsworth, and Razzo, and Selking International.
With that, they have finished sweeping the mats, did their last bit of sanitation, and we are ready to go. Right down here in front of us on mat number 2, it's going to be Dylan Ogg versus Miguel Shelton. And Sam Wolpert shakes hands, and we are underway. Sam Wolpert against Clinton Shepard, and Shepard quickly with a snap down, go behind, gets the opening 3-point takedown, turns and cuts loose. Sam is on the edge of the mat. Shepard is a big 57-pounder. Wolpert is long and tall, but Shepard is solid, and Shepard throws Wolpert to the side. He locks up a side cradle. He has it locked up pretty good. He's on the edge of the mat. He's got one of Sam's legs hooked. Sam's trying to do the splits a little bit. They go out of bounds. They'll come back to center.
And you know he's big when you call him a 57-pounder and he's only 150 pounds.
There you go. He looks big for a 57-pounder. Keep an eye on Ogg here as he is getting ready to take on one of the Maryville Pirates as Wolpert's in a down position with 1:27 left to go here. Trails 6-1. Wolpert trying to work his way up.
Looks like Dylan Ogg's going to rep the new black singlet, white pinstripes to open up his state tournament.
Wolpert in on a shot. Countered there by Shepard. Shepard goes up 9-2.
Looks like Tommy Gibbs of Brownsburg gets the fall in the first period. He'll be the first placer.
August Gauthier was just defeated there by Gibbs. There's a 3-point takedown on the reshot there by Shepard. He's up 12-3 now. He's got a armbar hooked up on Wolpert. No real action in the Aug Shelton match. Chuck is up now too on deck. Wolpert in on trying to fight this off. It's a sights pin, and there's the fall.
Now Aug's in on a head inside single. Shelton's got a little bit of a shin whizzer going on there, and we're going to get a potentially dangerous call.
Congratulations, Sam Wolpert finishes a fine career his senior season. He goes out with a 35-13 record, wrestling in the #1 wrestler in the state at 150, as Josh calls that. That's your death draw. But Sam was pleased and excited for making his way here today.
Dylan Ogg still trying to control position here to get this takedown. It's in an over-under position here. Looks like there's not much time left here in this first period. 20 seconds on the clock. They're on the out-of-bounds line. Ogg seems to be kind of wrestling a little bit more timid. Shelton giving up probably 6 inches in height, but he is built for 150 pounds. And so, one mistake could cost you feet to back, and Ogg's very well aware of that. So the first period's going to run out of time. Looks like it's going to be Ogg's choice. He's going to choose down.
Hey Gus, if your neck gets tired from looking down, that's almost a better view up here, looking straight across the Jumbotron, as there's cameras on every mat.
Dylan Ogg gets to his feet, trying to get hand position. Shelton yet to return. Maybe a stall call here is going to happen. Shelton just lets him go rather than giving up the escape and stall. Just gives him the escape. Looks like Ashton Goney of Cowan is ahead over Joseph Pond of Hanover Central. That scores 3-2. Now Ogden on a head inside singles tries to switch off to a double.
He got there from a nice throw by.
Goes back to single, locks up a cradle. He's going to get the takedown. Shelton's trying to roll through, and Ogg locks it up even tighter. He's going to get his hips on top. Shelton's got a minute and 15 to fight off. If Dylan could hold him there, he's going to take a pretty big lead if he doesn't get this fall.
He's way in bounds, too. Plenty of room.
It's like Kurt Crouch, who was on the show earlier, is the secondary official. Shelton bridging really hard, and Dylan Ogg gets the fall there. That fall comes in 2 minutes and 53 seconds.
Josh, that's the one that you just look at that. Look at the height advantage. Ogg's so long at 50, just overpowered his opponent. Shelton, very strong, very athletic, as the Maryville guys talked about, but Ogg just towers over him.
When I was talking to some Adams Central contingency, and they said, we talked to Dylan, and we knew he didn't wrestle the best semi-state matches he's capable of. And I said, look, if he didn't wrestle the best and he was a semi-state champ at his weight class, that means he's pretty good. So he looks to maybe turn the corner, and he looks on fire with that pin in the opening round.
Well, we saw him push, but he got pushed by some really good wrestlers. Davidson pushed him into finals, took him to overtime. He had another match, went overtime, and maybe it's just a wake-up for him a little bit. But right now, Dallas Davidson was wrestling R.J. McCoy of Lafayette Jeff, and Lafayette Jeff has a 4-3 lead over Davidson. Davidson was the second-place guy out of the Fort Wayne Semi-State. And, Gus, here's one thing we always look for. How many of your semi-state champions out of your semi-state get knocked off on Friday? Because that means there's a fourth-place guy someplace else that has taken you out. And that's usually the measure of how good your semi-state is how many of your semi-state champions get taken out.
And it looks like Ashton Goney's still in a close match. Looks like he's up 4-2 over Joseph Pond of Hanover Central.
Why don't you take the time, Gus, and read a couple more of our sponsorships there.
Good luck to all the wrestlers in Zeeland from Walters Plumbing, New Holland, Tri-County, and Bluffton. Complete Printing Service, Rebecca S. Cochran, CPA, and a Highway 27 Landscape Supply.
all fine sponsors that help bring us here to this beautiful event every year. Davidson on the edge of the mat trying to escape, but McCoy hanging right with him there as time expires. So that's going to take them into the second period.
Let's see.
Yep, into the second period. Davidson with a stand-up turn-in. Locks up a side cradle. He's got that thing tight. He's got a 2-point reversal. He's going to get a stick here. Davidson pushed Aug last week, and he also is using a side cradle here. He's got his Lafayette Jeff opponent in a bad position here. He's going to get 2 reversal and 4 near fall if he doesn't get the pin. And McCoy's going to roll out of it.
I don't know how he wasn't pinned.
Goney looking to get another score down here.
This would be a huge upset as far as rankings if Goney could hold on and win this one.
Goney trying to sneak out the back door here. It's about 10 seconds left to go in the third period, and his opponent scrambles over the top. Another scramble. Goney ends up on top there. Goney's going to hang on to this. Goney. Dana adopted Jackson Bradley. He's going to have to adopt Ashton Goney as well. Goney goes to 21-5 on his season. 10th grader takes out Joseph Pond, and Pond was one of those highly touted freshmen we saw at the Al Smith. And Goney, your winner, final score 4-2.
Well, that's crazy because he finished 4th at regional, and he's going to be a placer. You know, now he injury defaulted, but a guy he injury defaulted to was a state qualifier in Sam Wolpert.
Davidson finishes his match. So Dallas Davidson, a runner-up from Fort Wayne Semi-State with a 9-4 win. Davidson advances and take on Tommy Gibbs next round.
And just like that, we got 3 out of the 4 out from that weight class placing from Fort Wayne.
Up wrestling, Caden Rogers from Indianapolis Cathedral versus Caleb Kirkpatrick from Columbus East. That is on mat number 1. That's in the second period. 6-4 is the score as Kirkpatrick from Columbus East with the lead. On mat number 2, Marcus Malone of Center Grove. He trails Hank Fennessy of Zionsville 1-0. And R.J. McCoy of Lafayette Jeff was just defeated by Dallas Davidson. And that comes up to Deacon Dressler and Chuck Farrow. So we're ready to go here.
Now they must be waiting for all the 150s.
Yep. They're holding
to finish. Now this one, Marcus Malone, sophomore from Center Grove, trails 4-1. This is one of the matches that was huge. I think if they pull off a team title, it comes down to him being a placer.
Zionsville Rustler has a 4-0 lead right now. In the second period, about 30 seconds left to go, and picks up a stalling warning. Zionsville going with the long basketball star shirts and the fight shirt. Malone trails this match 4-1. Kirkpatrick of Columbus East still has a 6-4 lead over Rogers down on mat number 1. That match with 36 seconds left to go. Nice scramble down there between Malone and Tennessee. Time expires. They're going to go into the third period here. Mat number 4, Gunnar Butt of New Pal wrestling against Cohen Long. That is a match that they're holding right now, I think. Nope, that was in the first period with 15 seconds left to go. That's another 150-pound match.
And Gunnar Butt's been a multiple-time placer, and he's got a tough opponent in Cohen Long of Columbus North. He's struggling to get some points here. Looks like Caden Rogers Indianapolis Cathedral is going to maybe pick up the fall here and upset Caleb Kirkpatrick.
Gunnar Butt was the champion at 144 in 2025. Oh, that's Tommy Gibbs. I'm sorry. Gunnar Butt was 6th at 106, 4th at 126, and 5th at 138, working to be his 4-time placer here. Once again, a pretty nice crowd on hand here today. This arena, if you go clear to the top, I think it holds about 17,000. Malone has taken a 5-4 lead now over the Zionsville wrestler. That match with under a minute to go. The Zionsville wrestler, Tennessee, comes up and gets the escape, so we're tied at 5 here. Shot, step over.
Step over.
Fennessy comes out the back door, gives up nothing. He was all but taken down there.
Stalemate call here.
Good call, Kurt.
I thought that step over was going to get him, and you could tell Tennessee just felt like he was going to give up the defensive pin there.
25 seconds left to go. As Malone's in on a nice single leg. Trying to tip him off his base. As Fennessy hanging on a gut wrench here. He's got 15 seconds to try and hang on and take this thing to overtime. And there's the 3-point takedown. And he gives up the back points. So Marcus Malone, Center Grove, going to pick up the win at 150 as he's going to advance. He will take on Dylan Aug next round. So Dylan Aug with a chance to cut into point scores for the Center Grove Trojans.
Now, was Malone a placer last year?
I will look here.
Marcus Malone of Center Grove, your winner on mat number
150 pounds. Malone was not at one.
Up next, wrestling on mat number 2 at 157.
Marcus Malone was not a placer last year as a freshman, just a 10th grader now. Place winners at 150. Shepard was second at 138. Gibbs was champion at 44. Butt was 5th at 138 last year, and Long was 8th at 144. Those are your 4 place winners in this weight class from last year. Champion last year, Parker Reynolds from Brownsburg, will be wrestling at 157 this year. And he was upset by a young man from Gibson Southern last week in the semi-state. And that will be the first round opponent of Chuck Farrote here shortly.
Looks like Gunnar Butt still holding on to a 1-0 lead. That's in the third period with a minute left.
So down the bracket, just the last match to finish that out. At the top, it'll be Shepard versus Kirkpatrick, Aug versus Malone, Gibbs versus Davidson, and Goney is waiting for the winner of Butt and Long. That match with 50 seconds left to go in the third period. So Adams County has one wrestler advancing to the next round tomorrow. One wrestler has bowed out. And I think, Josh, we could consider Sam Wolpert's draw a death draw.
Yeah. But, you know, like I said over the last couple of years, when you're a placer at Al Smith, like Sam was, it's kind of a gauge for how the season's going to go. And so when he was a placer, I'm like, well, normally that translates to being a state qualifier, but I didn't know. And he proved that theory right. Looks like Gunnar Butt's going to hold on to win this one by a score of 5-0. That'll bring up the 157-pound weight class.
So the Fort Wayne Semi-State puts 3 of the 4 wrestlers in through the first round. So we're at 157 now. It's going to bring up the takedown machine. Jeffrey Hoivert 40-1 versus Sandusky on mat number 1. Weaver from Rossville versus Bustamante on mat number 2. Chuck Farote makes his way over to mat number 3 as he's going to wrestle on Deacon Dressler. Chuck Farote wearing the white state uniforms. That means that he must have got one this year since he's a state qualifier as a freshman.
Now, is it just me, or does he look to be substantially bigger than Deacon Dressler for the 157-pound weight class?
He is pretty big for a 57-pounder, and he's really a 50-pounder. Oh, in on a single leg shot, picks that up, chases his opponent to the side, and I tell you what, just like last week when Chuck come out on fire, holding nothing back here tonight. As Chuck in on that first shot, makes another shot. Dressler has him stuck out front in a front headlock. Chuck's going to work his way back up to his feet. Nice re-attack there by Dressler from Gibson Southern. Has Chuck hopping on one foot. Dressler's going to get the takedown for Gibson Southern and gets that first takedown. He leads 3-0 over Chuck Farote. And Josh is one of those guys that spends some time watching junior high. Is Chuck Farote one of those guys that you watched last year as 8th grade? I think this guy could make it to the state finals as a freshman.
Yeah, there's a handful of guys, and a lot of them did big things for Belmont this year that I got to watch at the AC invite. Normally it's Adams Central, South Adams, New Haven, Belmont, and a handful of tough teams. And he definitely stuck out to me last year watching him. He's just a hammer.
Well, Dressler just got a side cradle locked up, and Chuck's trying to keep him from going over. Dressler's got him on his hip, and he's over on the side of the mat. Chuck has not gave up any back points yet, and now he's been turned. Dressler has his feet in bounds. Dressler comes back up on top on that side cradle, tries to tighten it up. 37 seconds left to go for Chuck to fight out of this. He's going to give up the 4 near fall. Dressler trying to get that side shoulder down.
See, I think they should call this out of bounds as his opponent's feet come up, but
still got one in. Troy Hahn doing his towel boy duties. We saw him in the line getting in. Chuck has come off his back now. He's on the side of the mat. Time's going to expire, down with 6 seconds left to go. 4 near fall have been given. So Dressler picks up a side cradle. He gets a set of 7 points here as Chuck goes back to the center of the mat. Down 5-0 right now. Hoiver with a 3-0 lead over Sandusky on mat number 1. Jacob Weber with a 3-0 lead over Bustamante on mat number 2. Choice goes to red. That is Chuck Farote. He takes neutral. Just remember, Dressler last week took out last year's state champion and Jacob Reynolds at 144. Chuck's down low. He's underneath, trying to get a little tilt here. Chuck's got a real good fireman's carry. We've seen him hit a couple of times last week. Takes a shot. Dressler catches him out front. Dressler trying to come in, and Chuck's going to whizzer him out of there. Chuck doing a good job of fighting that off. Gets out of bounds. He'll come back to the center.
I think the thing I've liked about watching him progress is he knows he doesn't need to get all the points at once. He can slowly chip away at it, just a maturity on the mat.
Takes a shot and then a reshot. He's got a fireman try to lock up on a little monkey roll. Dressler's out front. Chuck's going to a little sucker drag out, come back to his feet. Chuck tries to hit another fireman's carry. Hitting that left-handed fireman's carry. Chuck down his knee as Dressler hits a little throw by. Drops down to a single leg. Chuck's still got a whizzer hooked in. Jumps up, and Dressler's going to get the takedown. 3 more. It's going to make the score 10-0 now. Dressler showing us why he's a 39-5 junior. Locks up a Michigan State ride at high figure 4 on the thigh. Riding that leg of Farote. Trying to turn him. 45 seconds left to go in the second period. Out of bounds they go. Kevin Troy. So Tyler Lavin from Cathedral with 12 losses on the season advances.
Looks like that's going to bring up Jackson Bradley of Cowan. He'll be wrestling Micah Tante from Franklin Community.
As Dressler trying to run a chicken wing on Chuck. Got 23 seconds left to go to fight this off. Froat fighting this off with 15 seconds left to go. Dressler riding the legs. Trying to take Chuck over. He does. Has him back in a near fall situation. Kevin Troy has now started to make a count. He got 2 on that. 2 points. Makes the score 12-0. Dressler's choice. He says, I will go down. Two more minutes left to go in Chuck Froat's match. Dressler tries to stand up. Turns it. Gets escape. Right back on the leg. Chuck's got a shin whizzer on. Jackson Bradley in a nice single leg here on Tante. Picks that up. Should have been a takedown there beyond reaction time. There's the takedown for Jackson Bradley. Minute 35 left to go. As Dressler gets a takedown instead of back points here, he's going to the out of bounds. That's going to do it. Chuck Froat's freshman season state qualifier comes in, but it's a tech fall by Deacon Dressler of Gibson Southern. Froat takes his record to 33-13 for his freshman season. And he's one of those guys, coming out of sectional, had a couple of other studs in front of me and just kept working his way up and qualifies for this weekend.
Yeah, and like I said, he's got many more years of wrestling. And so you'd like to get this experience of wrestling on that Friday night in a tough match. If you can do it before your junior, senior year, that only helps you. So to him to have that experience as a freshman and he wrestled great. Maybe just Deacon Dressler, just a little bit more experienced.
Jeffrey Hoivert with a tech fall. Hoivert advances with a tech fall. They'll bring up Evan Oglesby from Oconoquah next.
Jacob Weaver from Rossville. He's got a 13-1 lead right now. It's another one of those 1A schools we didn't get to see at Team State, but they've got some hammers. And some of their guys I don't believe we're eligible this year.
Jackson Bradley with a 3-0 lead right now. As Tante hits a Granby and tries to spin out of that. Bradley trying to hit a leg in cradle here. Tante's needs to work up on the leg here. Is there in a scramble?
And the Hornets, Jacob Weaver, your winner with a tech fall.
Weaver with a quick tech fall. Weaver over Bustamante.
Now, Rex, I don't know if you got to see this William Vander. I'm not even going to pronounce
Vanderluten.
Yeah. When he beat Jeffrey Hiver at Al Smith, my jaw dropped because I didn't know. I knew he was good, but I think he was ranked maybe 15th at the time, and he just gassed out Hoivert, who's always seemed to have a tank and be more active on his feet.
Well, we noticed Hoivert had a little bit of an injury that whole weekend. Was not wrestling up to par, and I think he injury defaulted out of the consos, I think even.
Well, it'll be interesting because these guys, if he can advance for Center Grove at this weight, they're going to see each other, and that's going to happen Saturday morning.
Lincoln Carter now up wrestling for the Eastside Blazers. He's wrestling against Caleb Cooper from Columbus East. They're right in front of us here on mat number 2. Jack Davis of Indianapolis Bishop Chittard is wrestling against Zach Kinney of Griffith. They're tied up 0-0 with about 15 seconds left going to period as that one winds down. Jackson Bradley still with a 3-0 lead over Micah Tante. William Vanderluten Lutgaren.
That's when we need Dane. He would say that about as perfect as you could say it.
Well, that happens to fall in the wheelhouse of his language of choice. Jackson Bradley working to get a turn here. Couldn't get any back points there. He does get back points, so Bradley goes up 7-0.
And Jackson's just kind of wrestling more methodical. He's been here, I believe this is his 4th trip. You know, he knows that it's a long weekend. Just take it one match at a time, wrestle smart, and that's what he's doing so far.
Lincoln Carter with a big blast double, and Jack Davis of the Indianapolis Chittard with the fall over Zach Kinney. So Davis of Indianapolis Chittard with the win.
And your winner by fall on mat number 3, Chittard's Jack Davis.
Jackson Bradley gets his escape, dives right back in on the leg. He's got a 7-1 lead now. Over Micah Tante, they give him a point, makes it 8-0 now.
It looks like when these weights are done at 157-pound, Brayson Shorgan of Adams Central will kick off the 165-pound weight class with the match Charles Barnes of Michigan City.
Nice little scramble here as Bradley dives in on a leg as they just start doing cartwheels down here. Micah Tante trying to step over. Bradley comes up to his base. Lincoln Carter down here with a 6-1 lead over his opponent. 1:10 left to go in Bradley's 3rd period. We saw Bradley wrestle a pretty close match with Mr. Carter last week. I think Jackson Bradley was just kind of in control of that match. Didn't do anything flashy. Just gives up an escape toward the end or a stalling point toward the end and ends at 4-3. But I don't know about you, Josh. I think Bradley was in control of that match the entire time.
No, I agree. And, you know, I might have not picked that one on paper, but Jackson showed maybe that he kind of maybe put a bullseye on himself this weekend. When you knock off the #1 guy the week before the state finals, in my mind, that puts you as the #1 guy, and everyone wants to knock you off.
And then Bradley dives in, last double. He's got 22 seconds left to hang on to the legs and get his next medal here at 157 pounds. Bradley in trying to finish a takedown here on Micah Tante. With 5 seconds left to go, he doesn't need it. This is going to be an 8-0 score. Jackson Bradley, your winner. As Lincoln Carter working on a 10-1 lead right now. Potentially dangerous on the turn. They stopped the attempt there. Dane, did you get some good pictures?
I did. They did not do any favors to the photographers this year, as they have limited them to just 2 areas, and it's rough. It's rough. There's a lot of elbowing going on down there.
It's like you're at the clearance section on Black Friday.
That's right, or at Burlington, perhaps. Our good friend Chris Everett is down there, and she is positioned in the numero uno spot in her little stool down there, and kind of funny. Okay, now that I'm back, are we ready for a set of commercials before Brayson comes up?
Sure.
Let's do it. We'll be right back. You're listening to High School Wrestling here on WZBD.
For the past 100 years, Smith Brothers has built a solid reputation by providing quality furniture that lasts for generations, and they continue to employ the best construction techniques and components available to offer frame and fabric styles to satisfy every taste, from transitional to traditional and all stops between. Sitting is believing. Test one of their recliners to see how quality engineering makes them stand out. Feel the difference quality makes.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance.
See Toby, Mark, Kyle, or Barb at Graber Insurance with offices on Highway 27 North in Bern and 623 West Monroe Street in Decatur.
Hey, do you know when and where we can recycle in Adams County?
Well, I know you can recycle from 8 to 4 weekdays and Saturday 8 to noon at the transfer station next to Golden Meadows.
Okay, where else?
In Decatur, behind D&D Marathon on the east side of town on Thursdays, Mondays at Simon Manufacturing 27 South in Bern, and in Monroe on the third Tuesday at the fairgrounds. Plus, you can always get the latest info at adamscountyswmd.com.
Thanks.
When you need building materials, you need Arnold Lumber, 425 Winchester Street in Decatur, featuring lumber in a wide choice of sizes, plus doors, windows, roofing, and more. Whether it's a complete new home or remodeling, a new deck or deck repair, a new kitchen or a kitchen update, whether it's an erected or materials-only garage or pole barn package featuring quality metal, free professional designs and estimates. Arnold Lumber provides it all. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Thursday till 4:30 on Friday and 11:30 on Saturday.
Adams Sports Medicine provides certified athletic trainers at many high school athletic events. These trainers specialize in injury prevention. Dr. Robert Kinney is board certified in physical medicine and rehabilitation as well as sports medicine, while Dr. David Coates is board certified in orthopedic surgery. Both Adams Medical Group physicians will be there to provide non-surgical and surgical care. Visit adamshospital.org or call 1-833-724-DOCS to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back here to Gainbridge Fieldhouse as we await the 165s, which means that Brayson is up next, and he's going to be on mat 1 taking on Charles Barnes of Michigan City. Adams Central already with a win this afternoon, and we have now become the official charging station of the fans around us in our section. Just another feature here on 92.7 FM. We give a shout out to Lenny Razzo, who is listening from Rex. What city do you think Lenny's in this week?
He was in Arizona before. I don't know where he's at
He's
now.
in Atlanta now.
Hey, that's 10 minutes to charge. 10 minutes. $10 a minute.
Rex is going to start making money off of Gainbridge's charging stations here.
That is Mr. Pippinger from the Fighting Reasons, so we'll give him a break.
Yeah, I just told him, I said, you just got to win your first one. He says, well, I'm going to try. So
He was number 4 coming out of 4-1 semi-state, and he's got a tough task ahead of him. I think, didn't he draw Lowell guy?
Right now we're watching Lincoln Carter wrestle Caleb Cooper. And Caleb Cooper is frustrated that Lincoln Carter does not want to turn and face in the final 10 seconds, but that's what you get when you have a 12-2 lead. It ends up being 12-8, I'm sorry, is the final.
It's like chess. You have those extra pieces. You can sacrifice some of those pieces as long as you win the match, right?
the crazy thing is that's 2 weeks in a row we've seen Lincoln Carter look phenomenal off the gate, but kind of gas out when it gets to the second or third period.
He's a big guy. He's a big 57-pounder.
Yeah. When we went down to the hospitality room, we were talking to one of the police officers, and he says, where are they getting these guys from? They weren't built like this when I was in high school. And he said, these guys are units. He said, if anything happens, you need to ask one of them and not me.
These guys are units. Got a nice zebra uniform down there.
The Zebras are well represented down there. Coach Tristan Wilson, former Carroll wrestler.
Literally wearing a zebra-striped uni.
And that'll be a tough one for Joe Caprino to pick his favorite, as he's a former coach of Tristan Wilson and, of course, Garrett, his home school. And here's Brayson.
Shorty, just as Mr. Ogg is wearing the, I call those the Huntington North uniforms, black with white pinstripes.
Now, I know where Michigan City is. Do you know anything about the school?
No, not really.
It's in the region. I refereed at Michigan City. It's right next to the boat casino that's not a boat. Shorty in on a nice shot. You going to do this one, Dane, since you was busy
sure
taking photography that last time?
Shorty is dropped down to an ankle. He lifts that ankle all the way up to his shoulders, tries to bring his opponent back in. Charles Barnes, the sophomore. Now Barnes tries to move away. Shorty keeps his feet in, and he gets 3. Josh Howard confirms. Chad Red Sr. has entered the building, I see. Gets an escort.
Do you think that makes the world a better place now?
He's trained a lot of these Indianapolis area guys.
You want my opinion,
The
John?
CA guys.
Off air, I give you my opinion.
Back on the restart now. Brayson leads 3-0 after the takedown. His opponent tries to hit a switch. Now a cradle locked up here by Shorty. Shorty's going to bring it over. He's got 1:15 left. And, guys, this could be – it's over.
Oh, that was quick.
How about it?
That was quick.
48 seconds is all Shorty needs. And he's got himself a state medal to go along with Dylan Oggs.
That was tight.
Cowabunga. There we go.
At 157 after the final match here with Carter, it is Hoivert versus Van Luke-Guerin, Weaver versus Carter, Dressel versus Davis, Lavin versus Jackson Bradley.
So with that, let's play a round of messages after Brayson gets that win. We'll be right back after this.
9 miles from Monmouth and 9 miles from Fort Wayne, situated on 27 just south of 469, sits 9 Mile Restaurant, your home for great meals since 1837. Providing home-cooked meals to travelers between Decatur and Fort Wayne for over 180 years, 9 Mile has stood the test of time as an institution on the southern edge of Allen County. With seating on the family side, the bar side, and outdoors, there's always a reason to stop and have a meal. 9 Mile also has a full-service bar and a professional service that can cater your next event or party. The next time you're on your way to or from Fort Wayne, stop in. You've gone the distance. Welcome to 9 Mile.
Every drive should feel safe and stress-free. At Best One Tire and Service, our team is here to provide you peace of mind every mile of the way. Right now at Best One, you get a full synthetic Valvoline oil change for just $49.99 after rebate. While you're here, take advantage of the lowest tire prices around. And with financing options available, taking care of your car has never been easier. Stop settling for less. Visit the best for all your tire and service needs. Best One Tire and Service. Selling tires, serving people.
Don Myers Plumbing and Heating in Bern is your American Standard home comfort dealer. American Standard has been in business for more than 100 years and welcomes Don Myers Plumbing and Heating of Bern as one of their independent dealers. Don Myers Plumbing and Heating and American Standard will provide your home or business with energy-efficient heating and cooling equipment, saving you money. Don Myers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling at the east edge of Bern on Adams County Road 000, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hi, this is Tina with Innovative Concepts Audio Video. Let us help you fall into the perfect fit for your home theater entertainment. Whether it's a stunning home theater, crystal clear audio, or smart home upgrades, we've got the tech to match your style and budget. Stop by Innovative Concepts at 1421 Manchester Street in Decatur and make your home the place everyone wants to be this season. We bring technology to you.
When faced with the difficult task of making arrangements for your loved one, many emotions and questions arise. What would they want me to do if they were here? Where is the money coming from? How much should I spend? Do they want burial or cremation? The staff at Haggard, Hershey, and Zelt Funeral Home can help you navigate these tough questions. Make your wishes known and allow us to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Call Ryan Hershey or Eric Zelt at 260-724-7167 to schedule an appointment today.
Back here at the state finals, Indianapolis.
Dane brings it back in, some headbanging music there.
That's right. Adams Central, with those 2 wins, sits in first place, Rex.
Really?
It's a nice recognition. We see it up on the board to our right.
But as I say, there's a lot of wrestling to go.
A lot of wrestling, but Adams Central 2 for 2. And they could not ask for a better day because those 2 boys are done. And they'll sit and watch, cheer on the rest of the Adams County guys, and get ready for tomorrow. So expect Adams Central wrestling fans some important matches, and based on the timing, it's going to be real close. We may be on basketball by the time they're up, but join us on YouTube. We'll have to see how it goes.
The two Belmont guys that came through were fourth place winners, fourth placers out of Fort Wayne, and they got some really bad draws, but Sam Wolpert finishes a fine career. And then Josh and I talked while you were taking pictures. Chuck Froat was one of those guys that, had some big matches against some big guys this year. Didn't have the greatest record, but he was just there and just kept chugging along, and he's a state qualifier, and he has something to take home for his freshman season.
Yeah, an absolutely outstanding season for Froat, to be real honest with you.
Like Josh said, he wasn't on the bingo card to be here today, but he's exceeded expectations.
We're watching Riley Biddle right now. He's got a lead on Hayden Mancia. Here at 165. And Josh, I've been so busy. How did Fort Wayne do at 157? 150, I should say.
150. They got 3 out of the 4 guys.
3 out
of 4. That was pretty good.
Okay.
At 57, they got Carter and Bradley. So 2 out of 4 holding their own. We kind of talked about that. 1A's off to a hot start.
I got a great front row seat there to Goney. What a match that was. If you would have asked me 3 weeks ago who would win on Friday between Joe Pawn and Ashton Goney, I would have laughed at you and said the answer was real easy. It would be Pawn.
Well, I think Goney took a couple of weeks to rest that knee.
Yeah, he finished 4th at regional. And I said, but no slack, because the guy that got the injury to fall over him was a state qualifier in Sam Wolpert. So good company to be in.
So Biddle leads at 9-2. They're in the third period. Who's sporting a cowboy hat over here, guys? That's a Franklin coach, isn't it?
Yeah. The modern day cheering session in their blue blazers, ties, and white shirts. See, they remembered their dress shirts today, Dane.
Yeah, they did. Go ahead and tell us who's part of our good luck package here, August.
Good luck to all the wrestlers in Zeeland from DDD Maintenance and Repair, Miller's Floors and More, Grody Chiropractic, K&R Contractors in Decatur, and Icorn Jewelry.
All of those businesses stepping up to help us out this weekend with our coverage.
And Brayson's opponent right now that I'll see if Camden Bauman holds on is from Evansville Mater Dei. That's a number 4, number 5 matchup in the state. Bauman, struggling a little bit, scores 5-0 in the third, but kind of looks good for Brayson as he took care of work pretty easy.
Cross the way here. Mat number 1, it is Houston of East Central trailing Bauman 5-0 in that match. Cameron Summers of Franklin Community trails Grimmy of Indianapolis Cathedral 3-2.
And that's kind of a neat story. Riley Biddle is going to be a state placer. Last year, I don't remember, at semi-state, got thrown to his back. And I can't remember if it was an injury to fall or he got a pin, but he was a favorite last year to win the semi-state. And neat to see him back here, and he's going to be a placer.
Biddle with the tech fall, 17-2.
Yeah, and for Biddle, August and I had that game when they played Belmont in football up in Kendallville, and golly, he is a superstar up there. He walks on water with those East Noble guys from the football season that he had and the career that he had.
He's quarterback, right?
Yes, very impressive. So we've seen a couple of NE8, I should say, quarterbacks here on the mat. Very, very cool.
2 matches going right now. One is in injury time, and the other is in a blood time.
So with that, we'll take an opportunity here to play a round of messages. We'll be right back. You're listening to High School Wrestling here on WZBD.
Renowned around the Midwest for his skills and his creative abilities, Nate Bowers and the team at Bowers Paint Studio in Decatur work with a wide range of clients, from collision repair to custom paint jobs for classic cars and motorcycles. Located on Monroe Street on the west side of Decatur, Bowers is your place for body work too, whether it's getting your ride back on the road or finally getting that classic car, the paint job you've always wanted. Stop by or give Nate a call to put the best in the business to work for you.
Why lose out to pain? Visit Dr. Carla Grody at Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur. She's a specialist in the utilization of proven non-force techniques to treat injuries of all kinds requiring professional chiropractic care. Call 724-2510 for an appointment with Dr. Carla Grody. Open Monday through Thursday, closed Friday and Saturday. Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur.
Expert Transmission on US 224 in Decatur and on US 124 in Bluffton is the place to go for not only transmission help, but also full-service general auto and truck repair. Matt, Corey, and Tyler at Expert Transmission are experienced and ASE-certified mechanics who can diagnose and fix your family or work vehicle. Call Steve or Dustin soon to set up an appointment. Expert Transmission has the best warranty in the business. 5 years and 100,000 miles on a new transmission and can give you a free estimate. Call today at 724-2434 or like Expert Transmission on Facebook. Two Brothers Bar and Restaurant, located on the corner of 3rd Street and US 224 in the heart of downtown Decatur, is your home for great meals, a cozy atmosphere, top-of-the-line catering, and now free meals for kids. That's right, this summer on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, kids under 10 eat free with the purchase of just one adult meal. Whenever you come, Two Brothers is the place to sit and enjoy a meal. Offering burgers, wings, chili, ribs, appetizers, and nightly specials, Two Brothers has a banquet room, a bar side, and a family side. For your next meal, visit Two Brothers Bar and Restaurant in Decatur.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Decatur is John Kins. Get a quote at 728-8888 or visit kinsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Back here at the IHSAA State Finals, Dane Filling here live with you with Rex Brewer, August Filling, and Josh Gaskell as we wrap up the 165s. We've already seen two winners if you're just joining us. Dylan Aug gets his medal at 150 pounds. Brayson Shorgen gets his at 165. And August, one of the things we're tracking throughout today and tomorrow is the team race. And we're going to not necessarily keep track of team points, but winners. What do you got for us so far?
We are keeping track of Center Grove, Brownsburg, Crown Point, and Cathedral. Center Grove have had 3 guys wrestle so far, and they are 2-1. Brownsburg have had 1, and they're 1-1. Crown Point has had 2, and they're 1-2, and Cathedral has had 3, and they're 1-3.
So Cathedral came in with 7, and they've already lost 2, and they've got some head-to-heads coming on later on. So I think very quickly, Josh, a 3-team race, as we kind of predicted.
It's good to see Paul Woods take the mat for Leo. He had a medically forfeit his last 2 matches at the semi-state level at Fort Wayne. He's got a tough opponent in Vinnie Freeman of Penn. Jacob Cole from Rossville, like I stated earlier, maybe the 1A and 2A. We're going to get one from 1A as North Posey's also in that small school, as he's going to wrestle Tyson Barrow of North Posey.
Dane, there's a seat open up here. I thought maybe they'd let Vinny's dad come sit next to us again.
Jacob Cole defeated Brayson earlier in the year. Is that correct?
Yeah, and that was up. Brayson wrestled up at 175 pounds. Good match for him to get earlier in the year.
Woods and Freeman scoreless so far. Of course, it's been well documented. It's a bit of a hubbub at the Al Smith between Freeman's father and the New Prairie coaching staff.
I can't speak on that, Dane. I was in the cafeteria in the hospitality room eating.
Imagine that. No, it's been well documented, and ended up Freeman was kind of exonerated, and Coach Flieger from New Prairie has been kind of set aside and is not present today for New Prairie. It was a very odd set of circumstances, but it's good to see Vinnie Freeman. We've certainly commented on just how tough it is being the son of somebody in such a big spotlight. And he's an excellent athlete, an excellent young man. And talking to some of the Penn people, He just really doesn't deserve a lot of the online stuff that gets hurled his way and all those types of things. So good to see him competing.
Especially in that corner of the state where the Notre Dame program is pretty revered.
See number 1 ranked Sean Breedlove in front of us here.
And you guys got to watch him at the Al Smith. He is a unit for 175 pounds.
Yeah. He just got the opening takedown there on Woods. He's got 2, I'm sorry. I looked away to watch the Cole match. Gunnar Butt was in a pretty decent match there for a while, going into the third period while I was down there.
I couldn't remember how many times he had placed, and Rex had pulled that up, and 3-time placer. And that was a close match for 95% of it until he got the back points to make it a 5-0.
Right now, Sean Breedlove has a 3-0 lead over Warren Pollard of North Vermilion. Coca-Cola Rossville is tied 0-0 with Tyson Barrow of North Posey. Vinnie Freeman was up 6-1 over Woods of Leo, and Connor Hoare of Evansville Wright Memorial is a tied 0-0 with Gabe Flick of New Pal.
And with that, we'll play a round of messages. We'll bring you the end of these bouts right after this.
Finding a reliable, affordable, and professional electrician is difficult these days, but in Adams County, there's a name you can trust, and it's Phil Blakey of Blakey Electric. Serving Decatur and the surrounding communities, Blakey Electric does residential and commercial electrical work, both inside and outside. Give Phil a call today at 724-8049 and tell him about the work you need done on your remodel, new building project, or any other electrical project. Leave it to the experts at Blakey Electric, 724-8049, to take care of all of your electrical needs.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator, the Kubota construction lineup features durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all and do it right. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit Offholder Equipment Sales, US 27 in Bern, Indiana, their newly acquired location, State Route 364 in Minster, Ohio, or online at www.offholderequip.com.
Locally owned and operated by Shane Reynolds and family, DDD Maintenance and Repair is your place to go for heavy-duty truck and diesel engine repair. Located just outside of Monroe, DDD Maintenance and Repair also offers sand and glass blasting for all of your surface restoration projects. Whether you're looking to get your truck or diesel engine to run like new, or your metal restoration project to look like new, we have a blast renewing the past. Give Shane and the guys a call at 223-5442. That's DDD Maintenance and Repair. Miller Land Surveying is one of Northeast Indiana's premier full-service land surveying firms. From lot and boundary surveys to large topographical, commercial, and industrial surveys, Miller Land Surveying can help you with all of your surveying needs. With a seasoned staff, the latest technology, and a drive for perfection, rest assured your project will be done professionally and efficiently completed every time. MLS is proud to support today's broadcast and encourages everyone to get out and support local athletes.
Pampered Coach is a family-owned, community-minded business dedicated to providing the best sales and service for all your trucking and trailer needs. Pampered Coach on 930 at the edge of New Haven specializes in day cabs and sleepers. They also have a wide selection of new and used trailers. Celebrating 40 years in 2024, the guys at Pampered Coach offer a full-service department for both trucks and trailers to go along with their outstanding sales department. Visit pctrucks.net or visit Pampered Coach in person on 930 in New Haven.
Back here for the 175s. And we see Sean Breedlove pick up another takedown. We saw Vinnie Freeman score an 18-1 tech fall win over Paul Woods. And what's going on there between Cole and the North Posey wrestler?
Looks like that's a close match as Tyson Barrow of North Posey's ahead of Jacob Cole 4-2. It's a number 9, number 10 ranked in the state matchup in this first round at state. Looks like that's got 55 seconds left on the clock, so Jacob Cole of Rossville will need a takedown to take a 1-point lead here in this match. Looks like Lincoln Cooper got the opening takedown over Michael Morton of Ron Colley. Scores 3-0. And Jacob Cole in on a takedown attempt here. 30 seconds left. Trying to pop out the side. Looks like he's going to pop it outside and take a 5-4 lead. 20 seconds left.
Breedlove with a tech fall victory here.
And you know the fans will go crazy once we have our first overtime match. It's possible if Tyson Barrow can get the escape over Jacob Cole here. 15 seconds left.
As Elijah Gall of Northfield comes up, he's going to wrestle against Israel Sanat, the young man that we saw at Hanover Central. Sanat put a loss on Vinnie Freeman in the wrestlebacks there. That's kind of what started the whole fray up at Mishawaka. Fall on mat 1 down there.
Looks like Jacob Cole going to survive and win by a score of 5-4. It's another 1A guy that we'll be placing for Rossville Hornets.
Right after that's Van Titchell of Crown Point versus August Adams of Fort Wayne Carroll walking out to the mat now.
See, now when Dane gets back, we have all the easier European names that we can. We missed the one from Center Grove.
Van Lutgaren?
Yeah.
Why don't you put some umlauts in that for us, Dane, and tell us how it's really pronounced.
You know, the Dutch don't really like their umlauts all that much.
Okay.
So
they're going umlaut free.
And kind of interesting, Elijah Gall was one of those undefeated guys in the state up until last weekend, and he drew Fielden in the semifinals. Fielden gave him his first loss. August Adams putting up quite the fight over Van Titchell down there. He almost had the opening takedown, but he's going to give up the takedown and back points there. And we do have our first overtime match. Looks like it's Connor Hoare of Evansville Rights Memorial. He's taking on Gabe Flick from New Pal. That scores 1-1. Shot attempt and they go out of bounds. Lonnie Chamberlain, the Adams County native, is the secondary official on that match. And we'll have to tell the PA announcer, you have to signal when there's an overtime match. That gets the crowd into it. As it looks like Connor Hoare of Evansville Rights Memorial is going to get that takedown over Gabe Flick. Win by a score of 4-1.
And, you know, Memorial was a program who really felt like they were slighted in the final vote in December. They felt that they were competitive enough to compete with the rest of 2A. And I know they've been very interested in the team race this postseason. So if they end up getting voted in next year, they'll have a returning medalist to bring to the fray.
Looks like Elijah Gall got a 7-2 lead over Israel Sanat of Hanover Central. Not something I maybe picked, as Sanat is ranked number 5 in the state, Gall number 8. And we really missed out on that one, Rex, when Eastside was looking to bump up Lincoln Carter to wrestle Elijah Gall at the 1A team state. And Gall talked to us afterwards and said, I didn't want any of that right now. You know, Lincoln Carter was willing to go up to 175 pounds, and they jockeyed around their lineup to give someone else for Northville Lincoln Carter.
Right now, Breedlove ranked number 2, Van Titchell ranked Breedlove 1, Van Titchell 2, Cooper 3, and Fielden 4. Sanat 5, Vinnie Freeman 6, Gall 8. I mean, those guys are some studs. They're all here wrestling right now. So Mike Reiser and the boys pretty close to form there.
Yeah. Carter Phelan does get the fall for Garrett, so another one of those 1A, 2A guys that's going to be placing.
So Fielden will take on Connor Hoare of Evansville Rights Memorial, as he was a winner. Sudden victory 4-1.
And Gall still holding on to a 7-4 lead as he gives up the reversal to Sanat. And I'm not 100% sure. Was he a Al Smith champ or runner-up?
No, he was. He took third. I think he beat Freeman for third and fourth, and that's what started the whole hubbub. I think I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable there.
You might have.
Good luck to all the wrestlers in Zeeland from Adams Memorial Hospital, Decatur Hardware and Rental, Manly Meats, the City of Decatur, and Innovative Concepts Audio Video Network and Security.
I know Belmont made a post about this, but has he got his tomahawk steak yet this year?
I don't know. I haven't seen anybody.
I know they
did
posted,
he make a post about
there
takedowns?
Yeah, and I think there's a couple people off the leaderboard that could make up some ground this weekend. I know he accomplished.
Funk, no relation to Ethan Funk of Adams Central. Steve Abshire of Alexandria, longtime school teacher at Alexandria, is the official on the mat. We're ready to go. Xavier wrestling in his white Belmont State singlet. Drops to a knee. Reaching for some hand control. Funk in on a shot. Palacios has his single leg picked up, and Funk's going to drop him down out of bounds on his seat. They'll go back to the center. No change here. Funk had that single leg picked up on him.
Litchfield's been taken down over there already by Kyle Harden.
We saw that takedown a couple of times on Mr. Palacios up at Mishawaka. Palacios drops down to a knee. Funk for some head control. Funk shoots down on a single leg. Palacios with a nice whizzer here, really putting the pressure on. Crunches that head down. Palacios with a crossface and a whizzer. Palacios picks up his own single leg now and drops down. Palacios gains the opening takedown. Comes up. Funk tries to grab hold of that hand and slow down that crossface. Palacios goes from right to left. Has that crossface locked up, and he's going to crunch him over here. Funk tries to come up to his base, and Palacios has it locked up. Palacios thinks about rolling through, and he thinks, no, I'm going to go over this side the other way. Palacios trying to take him back inbounds. Funk on the edge of the mat. Palacios gives up that crossface cradle as he was 2 foot close to the edge, couldn't turn him over with it. X-Man up 3-0 right now. Funk tries to stand up and turn in. Palacios picks him up, deposits him back on the mat, throws a crossface on the other side. Funk fights that off.
And Harden steps over Litchfield and takes him straight to his back. It'll be 11-2. Harden with the lead.
Palacios rides Funk out of bounds. 22 seconds left to go. Looks like there's some blood time right there.
Mikey White from Lawrence North. It looks like he's about picked up the tech fall. Rolled through on a tilt, about got stuck there.
They're taking the bands off, so it's a done deal there. Looks like Camden Funk has a cut or a scrape or an abrasion up on his head that they're going to try and get the bleeding to stop on.
Looks like Jax Litchfield's going to make it to the second period for Heritage. Scores 11-2. He's trailing to Kyle Harden of Indianapolis Cathedral.
Guys, we got confirmation Sam Wolpert hit 100 on the nose last week. So with no takedowns today, he did get his 100th takedown.
As skinny as he looks, he deserves a steak.
Here's the problem, though. I'm not sure he can finish a full tomahawk by himself. He might need to invite one of us over to help
I think he will do just fine. There's a group of guys help support and step up and fund that effort. And I'm not sure who all they are, but there's a group of guys, former Belmont guys, that help pay for those tomahawk steaks. And I've seen them in the butcher shop, and I think you got to drop off one of your firstborn kids for a trade on those.
Looks like Sam Howard of Boonville gets the fall over Quentin McLeod of Logansport. So on our way to seeing that Michael White Sam Howard match, hopefully in the semis or finals. That would be if Xavier Palacios could knock off Mikey White. That'll be a tough match for Palacios.
Palacios' opponent stands up, picks him up, deposits him back down in time as he expires out period number 1. 3-0 is the score. Palacios with the lead. Choice goes to Funk, I think. And they got some blood, more blood cleanup to take care of there. Flip disc goes to green. That's Palacios. Xavier defers. Choice goes to Funk. Funk says, I will take neutral.
Looks like Jax Litchfield's season's going to come to end. The 42-2 sophomore ends up losing to Kyle Harden by tech fall.
Palacios on his feet versus Funk now. Tap and go by Funk. Palacios drops to a knee. Funk blasts right into him. Palacios just spins and goes behind, plays a little Olay move on him. And Funk's coach says snap him down. He said, I tried, and he didn't move. Funk fakes a shot. Palacios stalking him. Palacios still with a 3-0 lead here with 1:32 left to go in the second period. Palacios' choice in the third period. Funk does not want a collar tie with Palacios.
Yeah, I'm shocked they haven't hit Funk with maybe a stall call here.
Palacios still stalking. Looks for some wrist control. Funk fakes a shot. Palacios feints. Minute left to go here in period number 2. Palacios gets some wrist control here. Now Palacios with a head inside single sits out the opposite direction. Palacios going to get the next takedown here. Palacios up 6-0 on Funk. Putting good pressure on him, good hip pressure, keeping his hips down. Palacios trying to hit a little wrist roll here. Funk doesn't want to give up the crossface. Trying to come up to his base. Palacios putting good pressure on the hips, keeping him down. Pressure on that head. Palacios goes back and hits a ball and chain on that right side. Palacios trying to work on arm bar here. Now he goes chicken wing over the left side. Funk trying to come up to his base, and there's 15 seconds left to go here. Palacios working on a crossface here with 6 seconds left to go. We're going to go into the third period. Palacios with a 6-0 lead over Funk. Funk of Fishers. Palacios says, I will take the down position.
And guys, we've got a note here from another member of our team. It says that Funk's dad was a Bluffton graduate. It's a little another Z-Land connection.
Palacios starts from down position. Inside leg stand up. Comes up to his feet. Works some hand control. Funk trying to take him back down to the mat. Funk needs to make an attempt. There's a warning by Abshire. So Funk picks up the warning. Palacios picks up the escape. Funk in on a shot. Palacios gut wrenches him over. Changes off to a back ankle. Picks that up. Palacios with a side cradle locked up. Can he pull him back in? Palacios brings 1 foot in. Funk trying to stay out. Palacios in good position here. Stalemate called by Abshire. They'll come back to center. They're on their feet neutral here. 1:24 left to go. Palacios with a 7-0 lead. Funk tries to knee pick Palacios. So Funk had to come through that. They must come through Newcastle, Dane?
Yes.
Fishers. Shot by Funk on a leg. Palacios cross faces him. Palacios reaches back for a back ankle. I think Lawrence North comes through Newcastle, don't they?
Yes.
So he would have to run into Mikey White or Kyle Harden probably. Palacios with a side cradle locked up. He's got 1 foot in bounds. Stalemate called. They'll go back to center. 35 seconds left to go in Palacios' attempt to get back on the medal stand. Sean Froat walks over in his navy slacks and a white sweatshirt.
Hey, upset alert. Lucas Anderson of Chesterton, not even ranked in the state. He's got a 7-1 lead over Spencer Fain of Floyd Central.
We talked to our good friend, I talked to my good friend Brandon Sisson down there from Floyd Central.
Palacios got a cradle locked up. Sorry, Dane. Palacios going to get a takedown here. He's going to go up 10-0 now. And that's going to do it the last 15 seconds. Xavier Palacios on the medal stand again this year. It's a senior campaign. Palacios with a 10-0 lead and he's going to get a win over Camden Funk of Fishers.
So 2 medals for the X-Man. He celebrates. And Belmont will take part in tomorrow's festivities.
And a very common opponent, possibly could be his match, is Colin McMahon from Columbus East is now wrestling against Calvin Stewart of Crown Point.
And as far as I'm concerned, the X-Man would love to wrestle McMahon again. It's a kid that he knows he can beat, a kid that he's familiar with. And that one's up now. We'll take a break here, and we'll come back. Don't forget, we've still got Grady Baker at 285. Right back after this.
This is big, and it's easy. That's why they call it the Big Easy from Hubbard Feeds. What's so big about it? A 100% rebate of your interest payments on any beef nutrition financed. What's easy? One finance program. One place to buy all your beef nutrition products. It's big and easy. It's Hubbard Feeds' Big Easy Full Interest Rebate Offer. Stop by Lehman Feed Mill on 000 or call 589-2451. Offer good for limited time with approved credit. Minimum purchase required. Rebate dependent upon timely repayments.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to Liechty Brothers, your Carrier expert, they'll show you the full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort?
Hi, this is Kent at Liechty Brothers Plumbing and Heating with a very simple philosophy. Show up on time, do what you say you'll do, and if there's a problem, fix it.
Liechty Brothers, 251 East Water Street in Bern.
The Galley has great food at great prices. Famous for their delicious cod. You need to be sure to try their many seafood dishes along with their chicken, steaks, sandwiches, and fish by the pound to go for your Lenten meals. The Galley is located at 622 North 13th Street in Decatur. Call for carryout at 260-724-8181, and remember, Galley gift certificates always make great gifts. So set sail soon to the Galley in Decatur.
Looking to update your kitchen or bath with new countertops or a complete retrofit? Hobbiger's Ace Lumber in Bern brings you custom CAD kitchen design, along with personalized service with 3D rendering that will help you create and complete the project of your dreams. Hobbiger's offers several lines of quality cabinets plus custom countertops, including the durability and beauty of quartz. Call us today at 800-772-5223 and let us help you with your next project from concept to completion.
Hi, this is Sarah with Anytime Fitness Decatur. Have you ever felt intimidated by the thought of joining a gym? The good news is our coaches have the heart to help you set goals, create a plan, and work together to achieve the results you're after. So stop in and chat with one of our personal trainers, and let's make 2026 the year you get stronger, leaner, healthier, and happier.
It's already a 7-0 lead for Colin McMahon and a potential loss for the Crown Point Bulldogs. We'll give you an update after this one on that team race, but Gus, you've got more good luck wishes.
Good luck to all the wrestlers in Zeeland, from Graber Insurance, Decatur Dental Services, Habiger Ace Lumber, Famous Monster Pizza, and Liechty Brothers Plumbing and Heating.
Now 8-0. Lucas Anderson, as Josh told us a little bit earlier, picks up the win.
Now there's going to be some grumblings on Indiana Matt. A ranked guy is now going to be a state placer. And as I look up at the board, Adams Central still holding down in the top two. Center Grove's got 12.5 points. Adams Central in second place with 10 points. So as long as that keeps going, I'll keep taking pictures of it, each weight class. That's something to kind of brag about.
McMahon with a tilt there. McMahon's going to pick up points. He might finish this off with a tech ball here.
And guys, we are getting some more information about Mr. Funk, who just wrestled Xavier Palacios. His dad's actually the head football coach at Fishers. A lot of football connections today we've been making.
See my texter coming in late. but he's texting me as well, so it's kind of neat to
Lots of group texts, aren't there? Grady Baker will be up on mat 4 after the 215-pound weight class is over. And there's another loss for Crown Point. Why don't you give us another update there, August?
Center Grove have won 3 out of 4 matches so far. Brownsburg have still only had one guy wrestle, so they're still 1 for 1. Crown Point is now 2 for 4, and Cathedral has won 2 out of their 4 matches.
Of course, Crown Point with Cesar Salas coming up next. Just heard his name called. And it's Mater Dei versus Crown Point on mat 2. That should be a good one.
So for 190, it's White, Tante, Palacios, McMahon, Howard, Wingate, Hardin, and Anderson are your finalists here for 190.
Coach Reason out there getting excited for Taten's match. Don't forget that when the 285s are over, we'll take a break, and we'll come back probably about 5:45, I would think, to get you settled for the second session this afternoon. And Cesar Salas with quite a double leg there in front of us.
I think he was a Fargo champ this year, wasn't he? Oh, man, what a bulldog.
5th place last year.
He went from an underhook to a thigh pry and took the kid down and just powered him right to the mat.
Oh, chin whip attempt there on mat number 1. Looks like Jaron Kearney is going to get the takedown and maybe some back points over Tierson Wolford of Winnemac Community. You know, I was texting with someone here. Caleb Sprunger said he didn't listen to the show, and he said most of his picks he's missing are in the 1A and 2A field. And I said, well, if you listen to it, I said 1A and 2A is going to have a great year this year, and he's missing out on some of his pick'ems right there.
He didn't have the inside scoop like we did.
Yeah, normally I text him that, and I did not text him, so maybe that leaves the door open for someone else to win the state pick'ems.
You didn't want to give him the inside scoop.
Nope.
Salas with a 9-2 lead here on mat number 2.
You know, there's some questions last year with Xavier Palacios whether he would wrestle 190 again or he would wrestle up at 215. And the right choice, because he's always, I mean, he's on the medal stand again, but I think he could have hung with a lot of these guys. It would have been a little undersized, but you know, we're kicking off the big man, and maybe that started with Xavier.
I think 190 is his walking around on the street weight. I think he eats pretty healthily at 190 and doesn't cut any, and he's just strong as a horse. And everybody we talked to that wrestled him said that he has this crazy mad strength, and at 190, I think that's well suited at 190 versus going to 215, because you can run into some guys that are real units like Salas here. Mat number 4 down there. We got Munster wrestler. I think he's a big guy too. Andrew Cooey.
I always love looking at the state rankings because on mat number 1 you have the number 29 and number 30. You know, state rankings necessarily don't mean much, but when you get it that close, and these guys are fighting for who gets the 29th spot and a place on the podium, it's kind of neat to watch.
Sear Godwise is leading 10-0 over Taden Getz of East Noble, and that match is in the second period as Godwise looking to secure a tech fall there. And there's a fall on mat number 1 down there. And it was Kearney of Princeton community with a fall over Wolford from Winnemac.
Guys, here's an update on the placers count that we were keeping track of earlier. Evansville leads the way after 190 with 13 placers. Fort Wayne with 10, Newcastle with 10, and East Chicago Central just with 7. So as we await Grady Baker's match, we'll take a break and come back right after this.
The Double Eagle Clubhouse Grill is where wrestling fans go for a great meal after a big win. Everyone at the Double Eagle is proud of our Adams County wrestlers and their accomplishments this season. Whether you're looking to sit down and have a nice meal after a long tournament, or if you'd like to celebrate with other wrestling fans, the season never ends at the Double Eagle. Come on into the Double Eagle, 1730 Nutman Avenue in Decatur, and enjoy a great meal inside or with carryout today.
Choosing your next furnace, heat pump, or AC unit is a difficult decision. But whether you're replacing a unit or building a new house, the guys at Rorick Electric can help. They carry decades of experience, and they're licensed dealers for both Armstrong and Duquesne. Rorick Electric Heating and Air is also able to help you with any residential or agricultural project in the Decatur area. Stick with the local experts you can trust. Rorick Electric Heating and Air.
When you need high school class rings or team state rings, the man to call is Rod Williams of the Herff Jones Company. Rod can also help you seniors with all of your graduation needs. Give Rod a call at 927-0672. That's 927-0672, or like him on Facebook. Rod Williams of the Herff Jones Company is proud to help sponsor wrestling on WZBD. At Jackson Associates Financial Services in Portland, we are committed to maintaining the highest standards of integrity and professionalism in our relationship with you, our client. We endeavor to know and understand your financial situation and provide you with only the highest quality information, services, and products to help you reach your goals. Give Troy a call for the latest rates on CDs and learn about the advantages in today's financial climate to invest in your hard-earned dollar. That's Jackson Associates in Portland.
Farming today requires constant adjustments and innovations, technological know-how, and lots of old-fashioned hard work. At Pioneer, our teams are dedicated to serving farmers year-round with the most advanced technologies and localized expertise. Your friends at Brown Seeds share in your determination to adapt to an ever-changing industry so that we can better serve you today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Give us a call and we'll go to work maximizing your yields year after year. Call Mike or Kent Brown at Brown Seeds today.
Welcome back here as we go through the 215s. And Rex, a little bit of research in that last break there. Kurt Funk was a third-place finisher for the Bluffton Tigers back in 1998.
Here at State.
Here at State. Got a nice message from Doug Whirling, who says he remembers playing against him when he was at Heritage. Speaking of Doug Whirling, a shout-out to the Belmont swimmers yesterday, and all the Adams County swimmers for competing at the Jay County Sectional. Prelims yesterday, finals tomorrow, and a new school record for the Belmont Braves. So a shout out to Hudson Krall. And he's got an outside shot at potentially making it to the state finals. And boy, you couldn't ask for much more success in the winter season than Belmont's winter sports teams are having. We didn't have anybody make it to the girls' state finals for swim, but by golly, Rex, I think we got a good chance to have one, if not two, divers compete next week at the IUPUI Natatorium.
And that goes without saying, the fact that a young man who's probably one of the best divers in the nation is not diving for Belmont, committed to dive for IU next year. And
Belmont's got a pretty darn good one anyways. Logan Whitaker now is a three-time conference champ in the NE8. And he'll compete tomorrow, his 11 dives, along with the young man from Adams Central as well, who holds the school record.
And I'm excited to hope to see Jimmy Mankey back playing volleyball again this year.
He graduated early, Rex.
Oh, then I was looking forward to seeing him. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
You won't see him, but he's off to have a great college career on the diving board as well. So Damon Light and Logan Whitaker both likely competing at Snyder on Tuesday night in the diving regional as everything goes well tomorrow. But just a few moments away here, I think, from Grady Baker.
Looks like Aiden Hunt of Garrett ties up that match. That scores 3-3 against Colin Wetzel of New Pal.
Talk about units, Jice. That Hunt kid he's jacked.
You know, I might need to see a ID card and see how old he is, because the many tattoos, I don't know what age you can start getting them, but he's racked up some tattoos and starting to get some hair that's going away.
Maybe that's what we need, guys.
You guys fans of the old movie Benchwarmers?
Some matching broadcast team tattoos.
Oh, there we go.
A-team. You in August?
You'll have to sign off on it.
You know, the Benchwarmers one hands him his birth certificate with a 20 in it. I'm 12. He's good.
We talked about that last week at the semi-state with Superintendent Jason Arnold of South Adams, and I said, Nathan, if South Adams gets Florida State, you're getting a South Adams tattoo. And Jason looked at him, he says, I've got room in the budget. And so Nathan was pretty scared last weekend.
Well, as we await Grady Baker, we'll take one more round of messages. We'll be right back with the 285s here at the IHSAA State Finals.
Wygand Construction in Fort Wayne is building landmarks that impact the lives and communities we serve. At Wygand, we believe that our most important responsibility as a building contractor and construction company is to stand by our commitments to our clients and to our community. That's why we believe in supporting high school athletics, where our local teenagers show their commitments to their teammates, their coaches, their schools, and their communities. Wygand Construction. Trust. Well built.
Having the right personnel on the field is crucial to winning the big game. In the field of insurance, Steve Rich in Decatur is the man to trust for all your needs. A State Farm agent since 1980, Steve, with his staff, strives to make your experience as pain-free as possible. And when the time comes to make a claim, you can trust Steve to fight for you and help you in your time of need. After all, he's been doing this for 43 years. Visit SteveRichInsurance.com and get a free quote today. Aspie's Best One in Hoagland is operating under its third generation of the Aspie family, Stu Aspie. Recently celebrating 70 years of business, right in the heart of Hoagland, they specialize in tires, oil changes, service work, suspension, alignments, and light mechanical work. Stop in at the intersection of Hoagland and Minnick Roads at Aspie's Best One, where they treat every customer like family, with honesty and with the best prices around.
Some call it overplanning. At Gen Solar Power, we call it foresight. Be prepared for the next power outage with a Generac Home Standby Generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Generac, it's not just a generator, it's a power move. Contact Gen Solar Power at 226-8833 today for your free in-home consultation. They're a local Generac dealer that offers sales, service, parts, and warranty on all Generac products. Gen Solar Power, your one-stop generator shop. Visit them online at gensolarpower.com. Muddy River Football Club is a youth soccer organization in Adams County dedicated to building young players and multi-sport athletes. Growing to multiple teams in various age groups and expanding to U8 and U19 teams, we at Muddy River are excited to welcome your child as the newest member of the team for our upcoming spring season. Visit our website before teams fill up at muddyriverfc.com and get signed up for a soccer team with trained coaches in a weekend league that doesn't cost thousands of dollars or require hours of travel. At Muddy River, we want to see your child grow as a soccer player, no matter their skill level. Sign up today.
Welcome back here to the IHSAA State Finals.
Good luck to all the wrestlers in Zeeland from Miller Land Surveying, Lehman Feed Mill, Four Girls and Dad, Pizza King of Decatur, and Indiana Trailer Sales and more.
Thank you, August. Dane Filling here live with you from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. I'm joined by Hall of Famer Rex Brewer and Josh Gaskell here on this great Friday afternoon. We are watching the final bout here at 2:15, and that means that we are just moments away from Grady Baker's match. No, actually, we still have to get through Hoover and Harmon first, don't we?
And what's he trying to do? He's trying to make Belmont Wrestling Grady again.
Grady again. Oh, I'm sorry. My screen hadn't updated. It is Hoover up there now.
I know the judge is probably listening. We exchanged some messages this weekend. He posted him wearing that shirt, and I said, we were just talking about that, me and Rex, on the broadcast at Semi-State, and I said, if you made shirts, I would want one. He left me out of that one. He says, well, hopefully South Adams has a Grady coming up, and they do in the middle school team. So I said, well, I'll have to wait until he gets to high school and maybe make a shirt for him.
Well, I just got a text from him, and it said I may need to drop some presents off at your house for Rex and Dane. And so
Hartley Hoover.
We could have some.
I like it. I like it. Hartley Hoover takes a 13-1 lead. We got a great message here about Brayson. Brayson gets his state medal this afternoon. He is joined here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse by his great-grandfather celebrating his 87th birthday. So happy birthday to Wayne Byerly. And his son, Brent Byerly, was a state qualifier for Adams Central.
Talk about a birthday gift.
His grandson, Dustin Mitchell, was a state medal winner here. I saw Dusty waiting in line with his family. And so 4 generations here watching Brayson bring home that medal. And, guys, I know we want to stay in the moment, but how good are Dylan Ogg and Brayson going to be next year?
It's scary good. It's like I ran into him at one of the tournaments this year, and I said, man, you're really fun to watch, but I said I can't wait until you graduate because, the 90% of the tournaments, maybe 99% of the tournaments, they just run through. There's not a whole lot of competition until you get to the semi-state and even the, state tournament, but both those guys were semi-state champs, so, until they get to the state tournament, you don't see him wrestle a tough match.
So Hoover leads at 14-1 here. Another takedown will get us ready for Grady Baker.
Josh, you talk about units. You were not around in a while. Did you ever watch Dusty Mitchell wrestle?
Yes, yeah. I got to see him wrestle a couple times. I believe he played football too, maybe a running back, linebacker, and he was fun to watch. He's got a daughter around our girls' age, and so we get to see him a lot of sporting events.
He falls into that category of a unit.
Yeah. So with that, they're bringing out the big boys on, looks like Isaiah Kuhlman from Leo will be wrestling Hank Redmond from Columbus East. Grady Baker taking on Griffin Osborne of Terre Haute North Vigo. Clayton Miller and Robert McKinney wrestling on one of the mats. And then Hayden Smith from Heritage Hills and Kyle Summer from Elkhart.
Josh, you forgot to introduce the wrestler from Columbus East under his true name, Hank the Tank.
Hank the Tank.
Hank the Tank.
Well, he's going to be wrestling a tank in Isaiah Kuhlman. Say that in the most positive way because he's just a unit, and he's a good wrestler. But we'll focus on Grady Baker and Griffin Osborne.
We got this Heritage Hills guy, Hayden Smith, down here on mat number 1. He's 55-0. Grady Baker is up here wrestling on mat number 1. No, sorry, Baker's on mat number 4. He's wrestling against Griffin Osborne, Terre Haute North. And we are underway here. Wrist control by both wrestlers. Collar tie by Baker. Baker's opponent, Osborne, probably a little bit larger in size than Baker. Baker's on the attack. Slide by Shuck attempted by Osborne. Baker still down on his knees. Has not given up a takedown yet. Now Osborne makes his way around and gets behind Baker for the takedown. Kuhlman in on a low single leg. Works up and Kuhlman with the opening takedown from Leo. Baker up to his feet. And Osborne has picked up a single leg here. Try to trip Baker down to the mat, and he does. Comes off that ankle. Baker comes up to his base. Stands up to his feet. Osborne needs to try and return him to the mat. Baker breaks the hands and gets his cape. 3-1's the score now. Hayden Smith from Heritage Hills has a 3-0 lead over Kyle Summers of Elkhart. Cameron Hazlett of Lowell still tied up 0-0 with Van Kirk. Baker working on some inside collar tie position. Knee pull attempted by Osborne. Baker back into the collar tie. Baker with a little snap down. Now Osborne snaps Baker down in a front headlock situation. Baker reaches out, grabs a single leg. Baker's trying to prevent Osborne from going behind. Osborne's pushing down on the head. Osborne's trying to spin, go behind. Baker doing a good job of following him. 8 seconds left to go, and Baker cannot hang on and gives up another takedown with 4 seconds left to go. So Grady Baker's going to trail 6-1 going into the second period.
And Baker's been more on the attack, just maybe a couple times, just maybe pressured in too much and got that head snap down, but he might be looking to get a couple takedowns here.
So 6-1's the score as we start period number 2 on our fate neutral again. Osborne in the lead. Baker tries a little throw by. Osborne, Baker heavy hands on Osborne's head. Minute 39 to go here in period number 2. Baker trying to get to inside collar position. Osborne has a single leg picked up. Baker tries to whizzer from up there. Osborne drops down to the ankles. Tries to come up. Osborne has not worked up the body. And Aislinger gives him the 3 takedown around the ankles. So 9-1 is the score. Osborne leads over Baker. Hayden Smith of Heritage Hills trying to go 56-0 as he has Kyle Summers pinned down here, and there's the fall. Smith, the senior, goes to 56-0. Advances to the next round tomorrow, and Baker starts from the down position here with 1:03 left to go. Baker trying to come up from down. His opponent's been riding a ball and chain on that leg back there. Declan Guard now up. And Markey, that'd be a good match, Josh.
Guard recently committed to Wabash.
.32 seconds left to go in Baker's second period here. Trails 9-1. Trying to come up from bottom. Osborne doing a good job of keeping the pressure on him. Kuhlman been in a blood time here, trying to get his finger taped. No, he leads that match 3-0. Osborne running a chicken wing on Baker, trying to turn him with it. 7 seconds left to go. Baker's fighting that off. Baker's going to make it into the third period here. He's going to trail 9-1 though.
Gonna go neutral. Gonna need something special here from Grady. He takes a deep breath and puts his toe on the line. 2 minutes to go.
I think Kuhlman just gave up a takedown. That's tied 3-3, and he took an injury time for his shoulder.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Throw by attempted by Osborne. Baker snaps down Osborne. Osborne picks up a single leg. Grady's going to try and fight him off the crossface, and nice little dump by Osborne gets a 12-1 lead over Baker now as he takes him down. This heavyweight field was just really stacked this year.
Defending state champ Cameron Hazlett is across the way. He leads at 7-2 over Van Kirk of HSE.
Osborne ranked 15th. Baker is ranked 16th. And Osborne dominating this match 12-1 right now. James Hartle Road, looking to come up here shortly. That guy uses every bit of the 287 weight class.
288 today, guys.
Oh, you getting another pound?
We got an extra pound. Somebody didn't practice yesterday. 40 seconds left. Baker trying to work his way up. Unable to make any inroads on his shot when he's on his feet.
Coleman with another takedown, goes up 7-3 now. 30 seconds to go in that second period. Baker with 17 seconds left to go. And gentlemen, from where Grady Baker came from as a freshman, coming in with not a lot of wrestling experience, we've really seen him grow in confidence level and change his body type. And Grady's finishing a fine senior season here at the state finals.
Definitely has been a lot of fun. And, you know, a lot of the matches that he's lost over the last 2 years have been super competitive ones. And he's wrestled some of the best heavyweights in the state. And he's put a lot of time on the off season, and it paid off with a trip to the state finals. Obviously disappointing to lose here in the first round, but still a trip to the state finals was his goal at the beginning of the year, and he achieves it. So a shout out to Grady Baker for a fine career. Isaiah Kuhlman picks up the win, as does Hazlitt. We'll take a break, and we'll wrap up this first session right after this.
The tranquility of rain in the meadow, the first kiss of a groom and his bride, the serenity of an Indiana sunset, the innocence of a sleeping infant. These are the moments captured by Yellow Creek Photography. Whether it's on location or in the studio in Decatur, Yellow Creek specializes in weddings, engagement photos, newborn shoots, and family portraits. Visit the website at yellowcreekphotography.com and browse through the collection of recent shoots. Then consider a local photographer for your next life-changing event. There's a dozen places to go to find new doors, windows, and cabinetry in our area. But no one makes a remodel more convenient on you, the customer, than Mr. Planners in Decatur. Stop in the showroom on 2nd Street and let them imagine what your dream kitchen looks like, or how they could take your bathroom and remodel it to look brand new. Mr. Planner's kitchen planning process includes meticulous attention to kitchen workflow that will complement the rest of your home's design and architecture. They've got the connections to subcontractors that will save you money on your next project. Check them out online at mrplanners.com.
For nearly 2 decades, the Razzbajazz Dance Studio has been sharing their love of dance with young people all over Adams County and the surrounding area. This spring, the competition team will travel to Franklin, Cincinnati, and Indianapolis for regionals. They'll hold their annual recital May 15th, 16th, and 17th at Belmont, and the RMJ Dance Camp will be held at the studios in June. They're also excited about Nationals held this year in Savannah, Georgia in July. A proud supporter of the Adams County community and its schools, the Razzbajazz Dance Studio in Decatur. Healing Within, located in Decatur, provides holistic and compassionate mental health and addiction treatment to those ages 3 and older. Services provided include traditional and play therapy, as well as brain-based approaches that include accelerated resolution therapy and the Cortina method. Life can feel heavy. At Healing Within, they will support you as you move toward clarity, peace, strength, and lasting growth. You don't have to do this alone. Call or text 255-5331 or visit healingwithinllc.net for more information.
Established in 2018 and owned and operated by Kirby and Chastity Harkless, 4GND stands for 4 Girls and Dad, a fully licensed and insured general contractor serving the greater Decatur area. They can take care of your commercial needs from architectural engineering and design, state release, all the way to completion. They also specialize in new homes, new barns, remodels, additions, kitchens, and baths. They might not be a familiar name, but 4 Girls and Dad are built on years of experience working in the architectural world and hands-on construction.
Are you tired of the way your driveway looks? Do you think about replacing your sidewalks or adding new ones every time you walk out of the house? Call Taylor Gage Concrete in Decatur. Taylor is a proud member of the new generation of construction professionals in Adams County and has a strong reputation for good, honest concrete work, no matter the size of the project. Reliable, affordable, and dependable, Taylor Gage is your man for your next concrete project. Call TG Concrete at 223-8128 for your next sidewalk, patio, or driveway.
Welcome back, and it's a big upset at 285 pounds as Isaiah Kuhlman gets pinned by Hank the Tank Redmond. And, wow, we did not see that one coming. That's a 4 over a Fort Wayne 1.
Well, we haven't seen Kuhlman go to the third period all season long, and Redmond just wore him down.
See Kreger West at Johnson's Auto Sales, the corner of Adams and 13th Street in Decatur, for your next car, truck, SUV, or van. Johnson's Auto Sales wishes all wrestlers good luck today. Rely on Rebecca S. Cochran, CPA, for all your personal and business accounting and tax preparation at 165 North 2nd Street in Decatur. She wishes all wrestlers good luck today.
Big match down here. Declan Guard just picked up a stalling warning, gives up a point as Markey goes up 6-3 with 30 seconds left to go. And James Hartleroad opens his first period here with a quick takedown on mat number 2 as he is wrestling against Loggy McNeil of Zionsville.
It looks like Logan Smith's Cinderella story, as he had quite the showing for North Miami last week, is going to come to an end. He's trailing Keenan Mowry from South Putnam 11-0.
William Gleasing of New Pal goes to 33-0 with a quick win over Lucas Nelson of Michigan City.
Good luck to all the wrestlers in Zeeland from AB Cinema, Wigan Construction, Best One of Monroe, Adams County Solid Waste Management District, and Blum and Rayburg Drain, Sewer, and Septic Tank Cleaning, in business for 50 years.
Dane, have you taught Gus all about the septic tank since you people live out in the country? You got to learn about the septic tank business.
That is one thing you got to learn when you live out as far out in the boonies as we do. We'll give you an update here on the team scores as well as your Fort Wayne numbers of medalists through the first 7 weight classes here as soon as we wrap up these bouts. Hartleroad leads it 3-1. Don't forget that here in about 10 minutes we'll take a break. I'm actually surprised, Josh, that Rex has not made his way downstairs yet to
I'm not even hungry yet.
Make sure.
I'm not even hungry yet.
These are our last 2 bouts here. Keenan Mowry leads 11-1. And Hartleroad's getting pushed a little bit here by the Zionsville heavy. Smith just about threw Mowry to his back there. They were out of bounds by a toenail. What do they got left over there? 1:20 left.
And Logan Smith from North Miami, just a junior, so very likely that we will see him make some noise in the Fort Wayne semi-state at heavyweight.
He will be happy to see Isaiah Coleman graduate.
Now, Gus, did the first half of the opening round lived up to your hype?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. And how'd your pick'ems do, or are you going to look at that later?
I'm going to have to look at that later.
We'll go at that later.
Yeah.
Now Rex is left, in case you were wondering.
Looks like James Hartleroad of New Prairie is going to pick up his second takedown that scores 6-2, and Keenan Mowry from South Putnam is still ahead 11-1, now 14-1.
And if those 2 scores hold, Josh, it will put East Chicago in last after the first session with just 10 wins. Fort Wayne just 1 ahead of them at 11. Newcastle with 15 and Evansville with 20.
Well, and that's good because I thought maybe Fort Wayne was a little heavier down low than they were in the upper weights. So
certainly with the Delta guys, right?
Yeah.
I
mean, and Delta will have some tough matchups, but I think if we could get to about where we were at through the 150 through heavyweight, I see no problem in us getting to the 24
28 is
28.
what they'll need. They'll need to make up 3. So with that, we'll take another break, and we'll sum it all up for you right after this.
Put your tax return to great use and enjoy its benefits all summer long with frozen meat packages from Manly Meats, where we offer quarters, halves, and sides of beef, whole and half hogs, plus a variety of frozen box specials starting at only $55. Save money and get the most out of your tax return when you make Manly's your destination for quality meats and custom butchering. We're 4 miles east of Monroe, just off Highway 124.
Who wants a complete smile? Or maybe it's just time for a dental cleaning and exam. Visit Dr. Laura Kugelhahn and her gentle, knowledgeable, and caring staff at Complete Smiles, located at 1133 North Main Street in Bluffton, Indiana. Dr. Kugelhahn would like to help you maintain your dental health or transform your smile. Complete Smiles is there to help you. Dr. Kugelhahn is currently accepting new patients. Call 824-3100 today to schedule an appointment.
The loss of a room in your home due to a storm, a flooded basement, or even worse, a house fire are all events that will change your life forever. And it can be even more of a nightmare if you choose the wrong contractor to repair and rebuild. That's where K&R Contractors in Decatur come in. The guys at K&R use the same software as the insurance agencies, and they're at the forefront of the industry in this area when it comes to storm damage restoration. Look them up at K&R Contractors and trust them to get your home or property back to the way it should be.
Timmy Takedown Tree Service on US 224, 3 miles east of Decatur, has firewood for sale. $30 a scoop, $75 for a 6-foot bed, $85 for an 8-foot bed. Timmy Takedown Tree Service can give you a free estimate on removing storm-damaged trees, grinding stumps, or trimming trees. Call 728-9120 and talk with Jake to set up an appointment. Timmy Takedown Tree Service has been in the area's best and most trusted tree service for 50 years. Stop out or call today.
Soul Pig Barbecue on 2nd Street in Decatur, across from the courthouse, features traditional and not-so-traditional barbecue, brisket, smoked meats, pulled pork, wings, burgers, soul food, steaks, fish, seafood, and a full bar service. Bring the spouse and the young ones to Soul Pig and enjoy the family side or dine on the bar side. Large portions ensure no one will go home hungry after a Soul Pig meal. Follow Soul Pig on Facebook for the daily, weekend, and entertainment specials.
James Hartleroad has his hand raised, and that completes our opening session here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And August, give us an update there on the team race.
Center Grove had 4 guys wrestle in the first round. They went 3 for 4, and they have 9 guys left. Brownsburg only had 1 guy wrestle, and that was Tommy Gibbs, who won. So they still have all 7 of their guys left. Crown Point went 3 for 5 in the first session, so they're down to 9. And Cathedral went 2 for 4, so they only have 5 guys left.
So Cathedral probably not going to be in the running tomorrow when we update. We still see Adams Central and Cowan up on the team board.
Yeah, and Rossville, another 1A school.
Now, you listed as one of your big storylines for this weekend, the medal count for the 1A and 2A schools. I'd say you're probably satisfied with the way things have gone so far.
Yeah, and same thing with, I thought maybe the 1A and 2A were a little bit stronger at the lower weights. Adams Central, doing their job, as well as Belmont in getting 3 of those. Like I said previously, each year it's about 10%, and so we're on our way to breaking that 10% for the 1A and 2A schools.
Perfect. We'll send it back to the studio for one more round of messages. We'll wrap up the entire first session, and then we'll take our break. We'll be right back after this.
Injured in an accident, need representation in civil, criminal, or family law matters? Call DeVos, Baker, Ainsworth, and Razzo for assistance. Our office has experienced trial lawyers who can guide you through the litigation process and provide you with quality legal service at competitive rates. Call 724-2129 to schedule an appointment with one of our attorneys or visit our website, at devoslaw.com, for more information.
At Bullenbacher & Associates, we know small businesses are the heart of Adams County. You're the ones who keep our community thriving, and we're here to help you succeed.
As your trusted CPA firm, we specialize in helping small businesses grow. And right now, we are accepting appointments for tax preparation. Call today at 260-726-4207 to schedule your appointment. Bullenbacher & Associates, supporting small businesses, supporting Adams County.
Throwing a party? Call Adams County Tent and Party Rental to make it a very special occasion. Adams County Tent and Party Rental has delivery on tents, tables, chairs, linens, and bounce houses for weddings, birthday parties, graduations, retirement luncheons, and business meetings. No event is too big or too small for Adams County Tent and Party Rental. Call Landon at 223-2040 or like them on Facebook. Looking for summer work? Give Adams County Tent and Party Rental a call today.
When it comes to excavating, the name to know is Luganville Excavating. Luganville Excavating can do total site development, dig your basement or pond, put in your septic system, even grade and install your driveway. Call today at 849-0251 or like them on Facebook. Luganville Excavating has 40 years of experience, gives free estimates, and guarantees all of their work. When it comes to the dirty work, Luganville Excavating will get her done. Give Brent a call today.
Selling land these days is no easy task, so you have to have a pro. Justin Griffin with Schrader Auctioneering and Realty of Fort Wayne specializes in farmland, estate sales, and homes in the Decatur and greater Fort Wayne area. With over 2,000 acres sold in the last 5 years, Justin's knowledge can help guide you with your sale. Give him a call or visit www.schraderfortwayne.com to find out more about how he can help you with your sale.
Welcome back here as we wrap up the opening session at the IHSAA State Finals. You're listening to a 92.7 FM, WZBD, Bern, Decatur, and Bluffton. It was a win for Dylan Ogg at 150 pounds over Markel Shelton. He'll wrestle tomorrow. Clinton Shepard, the number 1 ranked wrestler at 150, got the win over Belmont's Sam Wolpert, ending his season. At 157, Jackson Bradley of Cowan got the win over Mike Atante. And Deacon Dressler of Gibson Southern ends Chuck Verrote's freshman year with the loss. At 165, Brayson Shorgan gets the win. He moves to 45-1 with the win over Charles Barnes. Both Adams Central wrestlers coming up with falls in that first round. Then at 190, Xavier Palacios beats Camden Funk and gives Belmont their first medal of the tournament. Jax Litchfield was defeated by Kyle Harden at 190. And then at 285, Grady Baker was defeated by Manfred Osborne of Terre Haute North. Your team standings: Columbus East in first with 21.5. Crown Point with 14. New Prairie with 13. Center Grove with 12.5. And Franklin and New Pal both with 12. Adams Central in 7th with 10 points. So we will wrap up things. And when we come back, it'll be about 5:45. We'll be back with the second session. You're listening to High School Wrestling here on WZBD.
You've been listening to exciting high school wrestling. Brought to you in part by the many community-minded sponsors you heard. And a special presentation of 92.7 WZBD Sports.